Institute. Enrollments for all courses in 2020 are opening soon. Bachelor Institute, supporting your football and your education.
Good evening and welcome to ICTV's coverage of the 2019 AFL Central Australia Premier League Grand Final. Brought to you by the Bachelor Institute. And it's a replay of the 2018 Grand Final, Rovers versus South. My name's Stan Coombe, joining me in commentary, someone well qualified to talk about a grand final between these two clubs. He coached the last two premierships for Rovers, he played in premierships for South. Sean Cusack, a good game coming up.
Yeah, ripping game. South will be out for redemption, and the Blues are going for their third straight premiership in a row. So, look, really interesting game. Rovers are already out there at the moment, going through their warm-up process, and they look fit and ready to go. We're still waiting for the South Footy Club at the moment to come out. It's still a little bit early, but we'll see how they come out and see what sort of side they got for the big one.
You can see on your ICTV screens the South supporters lined up outside of the change room, so the players will come out, the doors will open, and they'll run through that crowd there out towards the banner that says many tribes, one team, one dream. Now, these two teams met 2 weeks ago in the double chance semi-final. Rovers went straight into the grand final. As we talk now, it sounds like the Roos are about to emerge from the chain rooms underneath the Bowden McAdam grandstand. The chant goes up from their supporters, Roos, Roos, Roos.
Yeah, the famous Roo, Roo, Roo. Brings back memories there, Stan, of running out and actually playing for the Roos.
And Captain Darren Abbott leads the team out through the supporters towards the banner. The Minahan medalist for 2019 breaks through, and now South are out on the ground as well. Gee, that gets things tingling a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's grand final day, and why not? Everyone's here to have a good time and watch a good game of footy, which this will be an absolute ripper. Plenty of passion out there and pride for their Guernseys today.
Now, I was just about to mention they met 2 weeks ago in the double chance semi, and Rovers won at 17-20-122, South 13-9-87. A 35-point win. South probably went into that as favourites. They only lost one game during the minor round, and coincidentally that was to Rovers way back in round one. Since then they'd marched through undefeated until that shock semi-final loss. They bounced back again last week with a preliminary final win that was pretty well amazing against their great rivals Pioneer. They came from 36 points down midway through the third term to win at 15-12, 102, 13, 9, 87. A 15-point win that really should boost their confidence heading into a grand final. Sean, a big comeback like that's got to stir you.
Yeah, that's it. Those things can work two ways too, Stan. It can either give you real confidence or have you sort of played your grand final a week before. That takes a big effort, and Pioneers were fantastic last week for 3 quarters, and South, they pulled one of the most memorable comebacks ever seen in CAFL histories last week. So it'll be interesting if they've got that mental toughness to go again and go out there and put out an awesome performance for the South Football Club.
It's interesting looking at their past meetings this year. That 35-point win to Rovers in the semi, and their other win was in round one. That was by 51 points. In between that, South won round 6 by 82 points and round 11 by 52 points. Those margins are pretty big. Yeah,
that's it. And I think that's the story of CAFL footy. You know, 1 week you got a good side in, 1 week you don't. Work commitments, family commitments all come into play. And it's, look, to talk about the fixture of CAFL footy too. Sometimes it can be really hard to get momentum due to the amount of breaks that's in the CAFL competition. So I guess it's something that the league might have to look at, when they meet at the end of this year. But you can have that up and down. Teams are up and about, and then they have their sort of down periods, and it all just depends on player availability as well. Because if you lose 2 or 3 quality players out of a team, that can really impact on your on your side that runs out on that weekend.
Now, players to watch, we might start with South. The interesting thing about them is some of the big names, there's been a little bit of a cloud over a few of them injury-wise. Liam Jarrah did kick 3 goals last week in the prelim, but looked to be on one leg. Daniel Stafford didn't move freely when he played for Mount Allen on the Sunday after Saturday's preliminary final. Didn't use his right boot much. His right knee was strapped and he kicked with his left quite often. Darren Habit, we all know he's had a hand injury. Dylan Ellis didn't play for Ginger Porter. I can't imagine why. I can't imagine he would just save himself for this. So there might be some concerns over some star players there for the Roos.
Yeah, and they've got Keith and Turner's playing tonight as well, and he didn't play the last game. And so there are some concerns in regards to injuries. I mean, Liam Jarrett's out there at the moment, and he's still got a bit proppy with his running. Look, interesting match. Lots of interesting curveballs, I guess. Look, we won't know until they actually get started, Stan, and that's when we'll know when players are actually fit and ready to play.
Some other keys for South. Look, Thomas Gorey, the man at full forward in the 4 meetings between these two this year, has kicked 3, 5, 5 and 7. So Rovers got to find a way to stop him, and a couple of excitement machines that could get him sparked as well. Tyson Woods and Desmond Nandy.
Yeah, absolutely. Desmond Nandy, Tyson Wood, fantastic players, and Tyson Woods has had a fantastic season. What a player! What a superstar! Played in the Thunder game here in Alice Springs. He's played most of the under-18s Thunder rep games as well during the year, and Yundamu grand finalist last week too for the under-17s Country Cup. He's a real super player, and he's a part of the Clontarf Academy program out at Urara College. So
we'll have a look at some of Rovers' key players. We might be interrupted because I think they're getting ready for the national anthem. In fact, they are. We'll stick with that. Out there on the grandstand side wing and get into their respective huddles. Look at a couple of the key players, I think, for the Double Blues. The blokes that have played a fair bit of footy for NT Thunder this year. Nigel Lockyer Jr. and Dylan Barry. Nigel Lockyer might be going away for some draft camp testing. They've got plenty of experience too. Bader Nowkin, Gareth Renfrey, a couple of other fellas that have played for Thunder in the past, and so too is Cam Glover. Got the best on ground medal last year. The key forward is Travis King, and if you're looking for a little bit of excitement, I think look out for Jordan Armstrong and Troyston Corbett. He's come down from Tennant Creek. He kicked 3 goals in the semi-final. Last year he kicked 5 goals in the semi-final. Quality player. There's been a few quality players come down from Tennant Creek for footy during the finals, and I can give you some news too if you are interested in Tennant Creek footy, courtesy of our correspondent up there, Randall Gould. Spitfires won the preliminary final, 2018, 138. To the Eagles 6-7, 43, 95-point win for Kim Bracken Spitfires over Tiger Fitz's Eagles. So the grand final up there next week will be the Elliott Hawks versus Sporty Spitfires.
Yeah, that's an interesting one too. They've played in a few grand finals in the last couple of years, haven't they?
The Elliott Hawks playing them continuously, but it's been a long, long time since they actually won one. Might even be going back to 2003. So they'll be pretty pumped up that way, Donovan Raymond and the fellas from Elliott. But it's Rovers versus South here at Traeger Park. 2 teams almost in readiness. There has been other grand final action here today too. We can tell you that a pretty good day for Pioneer through the minor grades. Under 15 premiers over Federal by 42 points. Under 18s, they defeated South 44 points. bit closer in reserves. They defeated South by 7 points, and then they won the women's grand final as well. 8-6, 54 to 5-4, 34. 20-point win there. Michelle Ellis, best on-ground medalist.
Yeah, fantastic effort by Pioneers, and look, good effort by the club to have those results, and it shows you a bit about the club and where they're heading. Yeah, fantastic effort.
It was a mighty effort by them in the prelim final last week until South overhauled them late in the game. Be very interesting to see how the sort of start South get off to this week. They did concede a bit of a start to Rovers in the semi as well, and then it's been an issue again for them in the prelim.
Yeah, we've got Jordan Armstrong, Calvin Ross, Clark and Tiger
Nathan
from
Dixon.
Tennant Creek on starting on the interchange.
Cheerio to
for
Nathan
Rovers.
Senior and Josie. I think they'll be watching on the AFLN TV live stream. A few people up at Tennant Creek, a lot of interest there. And, well, why not? They've had, like I mentioned, they've had a few blokes play down here, I still reckon.
Yeah.
Let's get them in. That gets rid of one of the buys.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be really, what a spectacle to have Tennant Creek in this competition. And, you know, we've already seen so many players from Tennant come up and play this season. I just think, you know, what a spectacle it'll be for Central Australian football.
Well, we've given you some great finals action over the last 4 or 5 weeks on ICTV. Now the last one to deliver, the CAFL Premier League Grand Final, Rovers versus South. It looks like Travis King will be starting in the ruck for the Double Blues. I probably expected him to go forward. That's where he tends to play most of his footy. He's up against Mikey Tillmouth-Turner. Tillmouth-Turner had the better of it, tapped down to Desmond Nandy, who handballs back to Tillmouth-Turner. Floating kick to the half-forward flank through the hands there of Kurt Abbott. Ball tapped in the favour of South, taken by Robbie Smith. He goes long, looking for Liam Jarrah in the forward pocket. The ball fell short of him. Gee, Travis King's made some good ground to get all the way back there. His kick out of defence, dangerous, so swooped upon by Dylan Ellis. Ellis goes back in towards goal, and South have got a quick one.
Yeah, absolutely. The kick back into play is probably not the best sort of kick. King came back into the middle of the ground and probably should have put the ball out to the near the boundary, near the scoreboard. That it's just so dangerous to just so dangerous. Kick it back in the corridor. Players like Dylan Ellis and Bradley Turner are going to be there.
A nerve settler for South. The Double Blues will just be a little bit more nervous now.
Yeah, that's it. King and Turner to go up in the ruck. Ball goes to ground. Good play there by the Rovers player at the back. Kicks the ball up forward. Oh, ball goes out the back. Briscoe now relieves for the South Football Club. It goes to Turner. Bradley
Turner, long kick, clears the wing, gets it to Desmond Nandy, who marks on the half-forward flank, turns around, plays on, spares a pass inside 50. Two-grab mark has been paid. Shot a goal coming up for South. Thomas Gorey's taken it. The master goal kicker will go back and line up from 45 out directly in front.
Yeah, they're up and about at the moment. King doing some ruck work. I'm not sure if that's where he played all season. I'm pretty sure he's a goal kicker. Ball gets kicked. Gorey just offline. Good start by the South Football Club.
Double Blues can breathe a sigh of relief because Thomas Gorey doesn't miss too many.
Kick out. Ball gets driven right in front of the grandstand here at Traeger Park. Good work there by both sides. Matty Bannister providing a lead. Nigel Lockyer in there as well. Briscoe and Smith for South Footy Club. Rucks will go at it again. King and Tillmouth. Ball goes up. Tillmouth wins it at the back. Goes to Alan Dixon Bongo from Yundamu. Playing for the South Footy Club. Ball on the ground. Smith gives a handball to Abbott, the Minahan medalist. Now Nandy. Oh. Nandy has the snap. It's going to roll. Still inside. Jarrah finishes off beautifully for the Kangaroos.
Nearly 2 goals there. Stopped right on the line. A great effort from Desmond Nandy. And, he's been prominent early on in this game. He's had his hands on everything. Liam Jarrah finishes it off. 2 quick goals to South, 2-1-13. Rovers yet to score. Bachelor Institute scoreboard.
Yeah, it's unlucky for the Rovers Footy Club. They just sort of ran over ran over the ball and it sort of bounced back into play, and Jarrow just goes in there and kicks a goal.
Footy back in the centre. Tilmouth Turner and Travis King resume their battle in the ruck. Neither of them got a hand on that. The umpire yelling for things to go on. Desmond Nandy was lurking again. Here come the double blues out of the middle. Little handball sideways taken by Gareth Renfrey at half forward. His pass is a beauty. Shot a goal coming up for the double blues.
Couldn't pick up that player through the middle, but it was fantastic effort. He's the one who got it to Renfrey, and then Renfrey kicks it to
Might be Caleb Smith.
Sammy.
Was it Sam Laporta? Sam Laporta.
Sam Laporta's just a bit offline. Now Sam Laporta, he's got a real big footy history in Victoria as well. Absolute superstar in the Vic Country competitions down there. Kicked 100 goals a few times.
First goal for the double blues.
Ball gets kicked out. Paddy Doyle's in there. He spoils. Peter Nash is leading the race. Ball goes out of bounds in front of the South supporters here at Dragon Park. Good healthy crowd in tonight too, Stan.
It's been pretty good throughout the final series. Town and bush footy well attended this year. If you can't get here, now you can watch it on telly.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball goes up, King and Turner. Just a little shove there. Turner wins it out again. Gives it to Keith and Turner. Keith turns under pressure, but there's Kurt Abbott, tea tree man, kicks it long, looking for Lockyer. Lockyer at the back. Briscoe does really well. Kurt Abbott follows it up, just gets a kick on it. Two players fighting for the footy there. Narrow Smith's in there. Ball still getting pushed to the boundary. Great effort there by the Rovers player, and he just taps it out of bound. There's a little bit of push and shove as well to go with it.
Looks like South are going to pick up a free kick here, and their captain Darren Abbott will take it. He's got it right on the defensive 50-metre line. Low left foot spearing pass through the hands taken by the double blues at the back. They link up with handball through the middle. Gareth Renfrey ran into a little bit of a roadblock. Had to snap around the body with the right boot. Footy bouncing deep into attack. Brendan Pearce back there for South there, trying to hold it up. Double blues a foot on it. Nigel Lockyer gets a goal from a metre out.
Oh, it's just giving you a bit of a tap there, Stan. Troyston Corbett, if he just grabbed it, he could have had the shot there, but the ball just kept running away from him. But good effort there by Lockyer. And Rovers have seemed to have composed themselves, and that onslaught slowed that onslaught up from the South Footy Club.
Yeah, not just with that goal, but they have had their hands on the footy a fair bit more just over the last couple of minutes. So we've had about 6.5 minutes played so far in the opening two. It's a bright start. South 2-1-13, Rovers 1-1-7.
Just trying to pick up the player at the back of the pack there. He's been quite good. Now Barry.
Ben Wade did this.
Benny Wade. Big kick by that player. And Barry kicks it along. There's the man we spoke about. Corbett gathers. Oh, yeah, he'll take a high tackle. Briscoe just got him a bit high. And there's a bit going on too, just around the game, but that's grand final footy.
Yeah, he's unselfish.
Corbett kicks it to Barry. Not a bad player to kick it to.
And Everingham medalist 2 years ago, I think, Dylan Barry, best on ground.
Yeah, he's
big game player.
Big game player.
Thumping kick too.
He's an awesome leader, and we know he's got a very good kick on him.
Chance for the double blues to tie this up.
Barry leans back.
Oh, goal unbodied.
He's got it. Great effort. It must go back to where it all came from. Corbett, Troyston Corbett, fantastic effort. Just put his body over the line and got a free kick. Chips it over to Barry, and Barry finishes it off. Ringing the changes now. Players, South's running that, which has been prominent in the final series and throughout the season. Darren Talbot rotating his players.
2-1-13 apiece. Change also in the ruck for the double blues. Daniel Stafford in there now.
Now, I'll tell you what, I reckon the reason why Travis King's in the ruck, because he doesn't mind the body contact. And, he's a pretty tough, resilient player.
Desmond Andy's had a lightning start to the game. A centre clearance here. Gets it deep inside 50. A little bit of push and shove. And free kick's picked out. It's going to go to Thomas Gorey. Umpires indicating hands in the back.
Yeah, but I think the rule says now that you can hold the player as long as you don't extend your arms. And look, if you're a South supporter, you'd be thinking, yeah, that's a free kick. And I reckon if he was a Rovers supporter, you'd be thinking, no, he's probably just held him out.
Thomas Gorey shoots for goal, 40 metres out. He had to practice a little bit earlier. He's put this one through, and South regained the lead by 6 points.
Yeah, it looks like Gorey's on tonight. He played well last week in the last quarter. He played really well, and he watched his family and community play in the community country grand final last week, the Gingies, and look, he started off fantastic.
I think it might be Caleb Smith down there with the job on him.
Yeah, I think. No, Caleb Smith's on Doris Satua.
Back in the middle, Travis King plucked that one out of the air. Did manage to get a handball away. Knocked forward by Narrow Smith. He's lost control. Jordan Armstrong in there. His handball didn't find a target. Gathered by Dylan Ellis. 50 out from goal. It's a bit of a helicopter towards the top of the goal square. The ball off-hounds towards the boundary line. Gorey keeps it in. Little handball back into the forward pocket. Plenty of double blues back there, and they get it onto the boot quickly. And a mark to Gareth Remfrey, half-back flank. Remfrey to the wing. He's looking for Nigel Lockyer. Oh, good use of the body there. Lockyer with the mark, and now he directs play back towards the centre square. Down low, Nowkin marks. He'll kick it out wide. You've got runners. Jordan Armstrong, who's made a lot of ground from half-back. Handball over to Cameron Glover. 45 out, Glover towards the square. But a mark taken for South by Brendan Pearce.
Yeah, look, I must mention back in that back pocket, Jack Sainsbury did a fantastic job. Jordan Armstrong, Baden Elgin have just come off and they've been rotating off the interchange. Jordan Armstrong's getting ready to run the marathon in New York with the Indigenous Marathon Project, so he's going to be pretty tough to pick up all day. Remfrey goes long now. He's looking for Lockyer. Lockyer goes at the back. Troyston Corbett's there, so is Dylan Barry.
A good defence.
Great defence there by Turner. That's Keith and Turner.
The big K-train steaming through. South to bring the ball back into play. Everyone gathering grandstand side. Mikey Tillmouth Turner's the marking target. Up in front. Ball punched away from behind by Patrick Doyle. Little handball slipped out towards the boundary line. Armstrong paddles it forward. The umpire's going to give a free kick away here. I think it's going to go to South. Over the shoulder was the indication. A fair bit of push and shove down there on the boundary line.
Yeah, that's it. And
right
it's
up
still
against
going.
the fence. Barry, Mikey,
and it's two of their most important players, so they got to keep their cool because there's no use getting reported or sent off.
Oh, I reckon a yellow card about it. There's a red card out.
Oh
a yellow.
So he sent them both off.
Are they both?
Yeah, they're both gone.
He pulled a red one out too. I don't know if he
might
actually
have been a
issued
mistake.
that one in the air.
Yeah. So there's 17 on 17, and Jordan Armstrong, or Sammy Laporta, is about 30 metres out from goal.
Two quality players there. One we just mentioned has won an Everyday medal. Mikey Tillmouth Turner has done most of the ruck duty so far for South. Yeah,
and it's probably even. So South lose the ruckman. Samuel Laporta. Just offline. Bit of spice in the game. Nothing wrong with that.
It's a grand final.
It's a grand final.
Has to be expected.
And the two players, when they were running off, they both gave each other a little bit of a lower high five.
Kick in comes grandstand side. Nigel Lockyer sets himself. Oh, nice jump from behind by Stafford. Two grab mark taken on the back flank. Score 3-1 to 2-4 at the moment.
Yeah. Stafford's looking for options.
Ooh,
so he just goes long. Underneath it's Nowgan and Armstrong. Armstrong there, well done by Reggie Smith. Gives it off to Abbott. Abbott gives it to Narrow Smith. Narrow Smith goes to Nandy. Nandy has brought his own footy already. Oh, well done there by Gaz Renfrey. He bombs it long back to half forward. He's looking for Lockyer. Ball goes out the back. Turner's there. Lockyer's there. Is this going to be something special from Lockyer? He gets it on the boot. Ball bounces the other way. Corbett leads the race. Ball goes out of bounds.
Excitement from Nigel Lockyer.
He's pretty exciting when he gets the footy.
Great athleticism. Of course, his old man, Nigel Senior, a stalwart for the South Footy Club over the years, played in many a premiership for the Roos.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Stan, because old Senior, Nigel Lockie, he loves his South Roos, and today now his son's with the Rovers Footy Club.
Bit of a dilemma.
Yeah.
Double Blues have got a free kick here.
Yeah, it's going to
be
Sam
a shot at goal.
Porter.
The whistle went in the ruck contest from the boundary throw-in.
He's missed twice. He's had lots of opportunities. He's got to slot it through for his teammates.
Should be from this distance too. It's only 35 out, directly in front. The Double Blues to take the lead. Sam Laporta delivers. They move on to 3-4-22. The Roos are 3-1-19. It's a seesawing first term.
Yeah, Troyston Corbett's come off and Calvin Ross has gone onto the field. Calvin Ross is a live wire from the Hearts Range Football Club, the Hearts Range community. Plenty Highway.
The Highwayman. Well, it's been a good response from the Double Blues. South got the first couple.
Good game of footy. Good game of footy.
We mentioned Desmond Nandy, prominent for South.
Oh.
Gareth Renfrey has had a lot of footy, steady.
And he'll go all day. He will just run all day.
So Stafford in the ruck. Travis King hasn't had a change in the ruck yet. It's a pretty big bloke, but he's still giving away a few inches to Stafford. He's coming in from that Donovan Mullendad angle.
Yes.
From the side.
And it's smart rucking, because you don't go head-to-head with a big guy like Stafford.
Double Blues centre clearance and kick comes out towards the grandstand wing. Fresh on the ground, Kelvin Ross. Him and Narrow Smith went for each other, not the footy. And Ross is going to end up with the free kick. And that'll be 52, just thrown away from him by Brendan Pearce.
And Calvin Ross, he is a goal kicker. That's what they've got to be careful. They've given him a double 50 metre.
Well, even I can kick it from here.
Yeah, he is an absolute. He is a very, very good goal kicker and a really good forward. This won't bother him one bit. South just got to get back playing footy.
So Kelvin Ross, point blank range, 10 metres out, top of the goal square, pokes it through for the Double Blues' fourth goal, and now a little bit of breathing space, a 9-point lead from the Batchelor Institute scoreboard.
Yeah, that's it, and just need to get back on in regards to playing footy and not the man. And I don't think Darren Talbot would be really happy with that too. That's a 100-metre penalty there.
And Kelvin Ross, look, he's acting in a manner where he might be able to tease a little bit more frustration out of the South players.
Yeah.
They've got to keep their cool here.
Yeah, absolutely. So both sides have got an extra player in their defence. Ball goes up in the middle of the ground. King's still in there. Nash is in there now. Good spoil there by Stafford just to knock it forward. Ball goes to ground. Paddy Doyle picks it up for Rovers. Now gives it to King. King drives the ball long. He's looking for Glover. Good defence there by Myers. Well done by Samuel Laporta. He gives it out wide to the nail gun. Nail gun kicks it to that man in Corey Ross. Calvin Ross, sorry. That's his brother, Corey. Calvin Ross now.
Now this is a bit more of a tester. Probably on his distance here. He hasn't got a massive leg.
Oh, he's short past it to Glover. Yeah, Glover will take an easy mark, really.
And and he's off.
He's played on. He's kicked it too.
Well. Suddenly the Double Blues can't miss. They're rattling on the goals.
Yeah, and that matchup too with Glover coming from the midfield up forward. Their rotations have been really good tonight. Having Glover at half forward and then playing in the middle, it's a tough one for the opposition to take on.
A couple of little danger signs lately for South too. First of all, the double 50. No one likes to see discipline cost you goals, but even then, the way Kelvin Ross was allowed to play on and find Glover easily after a little bit of time, and then Glover just strolled off to open up the angle when he kicked the goal.
Well, that's it. He's on Myers at the moment, and Glover trains like a maniac, so Myers has got a lot of work to do tonight. Anyways, ball goes forward. Alice now. Alice is at half forward for the Kangaroos. Kicks it to Gorry. Gorry goes out. Well done by Bannister. Jack Sainsbury gets it. Gives it to Bannister. Oh, Bannister mucks up the handball. Anyway, Smith gets it now. Gives it to Nandy. Nandy has a shot. Offline. Great effort there by Nandy.
He's had a lot of it in this first term. South 3-2-20, Rovers 5-4-34, Bachelor Institute scoreboard. Still 4.5 minutes to go in what's been an exciting opening term. Plenty of goals. Kick in comes to the grandstand side. Whistle's gone. Nigel Lockyer being penalised here in that marking contest, and Sheldon Briscoe to take the free kick for South. I think he might have been looking for Stafford with the kick, but on the lead, Thomas Corey's taken the mark on the chest.
You've got to go back to the kick. You know, really well done there by Sheldon Briscoe. Threaded the needle because Paddy Doyle was coming in on the side there for Rovers and he just couldn't get there. Great kick there by Briscoe.
Bread and butter this for Thomas Gorey. The leading goal kicker in the competition again this year.
Yeah.
He's kicked one already. Earlier on in this first term. 45 metres out. Not much of an angle. Looks pretty good off the beat. He's a dead-eye Dick, Thomas Gorey. Puts it through for his second. South narrow the gap.
Yeah, it was just, you know, that free kick and then that nice pass there by Briscoe. Some good matchups out here tonight. Rippers, you know, Bannister. Matty Bannister's from the, who used to play for the East Fremantle Football Club, the Sharks, in the Waffle. He's got great respect amongst the group. He's only been here a short time. You know, that's a fantastic matchup with him and Gorry.
Here's a change for the double blues. Troyston Corbett jumping off the interchange mention out into the centre square.
Ball up in the middle with King and Stafford going at it. Good jump by both players. Stafford wins it. Goes to Corbett. Corbett dribbles it off again. Now Guns in there. Well done there by the South player in Alan Dixon. Ball goes out the back though. Now I think that's Kavanagh. Anyways, ball goes forward. Can't pick up that player. Wadey kicks it to the middle of the ground. Oh, well done there by Briscoe. No big player flew there for Rovers, and Briscoe takes an easy relieving mark. Goes to Turner. Benny Wade, yeah. He looks like he's throwing on a few kilos too for the summer.
Long kick by Kyphin Turner. Good 1-2 out to the half-back flank, where the mark has been taken by Dustin Oliver. Oliver up towards the wing now for South. Didn't get there on the full. That allows the double blues to put on a little bit of pressure. Tyson Woods there, and his handball didn't go to a teammate. Kelvin Ross left it behind just as he was about to take off with the footy. The handball ends up back with Dustin Oliver. Now he kicks to a dangerous spot back into the corridor. Ball spills to Troyston Corbett. Corbett gets a handball. Oh, his teammate caught in the tackle immediately. Good pressure there by the double blues. They get on over the top of it. The umpire let things go on now. Can now with the kick towards the attacking 50. Alan Dixon in the front position. Kyphin Turner behind. Ball pretty close to the boundary line. Turner still with his nose over it. A handball out to Sheldon Briscoe. And now Briscoe kicks long for South.
Yeah, the ball's still not out of danger here for the South Footy Club because Doyle, big Paddy Doyle, he kicks it back in. He's looking for Lockyer. Ripping mark by Lockyer. Probably about 25 metres out, directly in front. Nigel's got his own fan club down there. He's got the chants going.
Why not?
Lockyer delivers. We know his quality. His dad was an absolute superstar for the South Footy Club as well. And Nigel Jr. no different for the Rovers Football Club.
Senior will be cheering and crying at the same time now.
Yep.
2 goals to Nigel Lockyer Jr. So Thomas Gorey 2 goals at the other end for South. Could have a shootout between a couple of exciting forwards.
I think when they bring the ball back into the middle too, Stan, it's because both teams have picked up really well tonight. It's such a battle. If you bring it back towards the middle of the ground, it opens up, you know, the forward line for the team that wins it, and they're away.
Been an exciting
Actually,
quarter.
Mikey Turner Tillmouse back on, and Dylan Barry's back on, and Dylan takes it
10
forward.
seconds left on the clock.
He's had a shot. ball rolls through for a behind.
Gee, that would have been a bonus goal just before
Isn't
the
that
quarter-time
amazing?
bell.
Two players who've just been off for 10 minutes, both touched the footy.
Well, there goes the quarter-time siren. What an exciting quarter of footy it was. South leading 6-5-41. Rovers 6-5-41. South 4-2-26. So that margin 15 points. South kicked the first couple of goals. A bit of goal for goal after that. Now Rovers on top.
Yeah, such a high-scoring first quarter too, Stan.
Absolute ripper, great entertainment. You're watching it on ICTV. Stay with us, 3 more quarters of the grand final to go.
Hey Nev. Hey Toby, this is Milpa. Milpa's helping all the kids have strong eyes so they can play footy like us.
Oh yeah, is that because there's still some trachoma, making kids eye sick?
That's right, and stopping trachoma is easy.
Is it? How?
All you have to do is blow your nose, wash your face whenever it's dirty.
True.
It's like washing your hands after going to the toilet. We do it all the time, even if we can't see the germs.
So Nev, by cleaning your face, you stop germs from snotty noses and mucky eyes spreading?
Yep.
So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting
What for?
for big orally. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water, it's more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen, you can hear the sound. Go and hunt for lake and save the precious water in your community. We finally get you to the lake. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
I love going hunting for bush tucker. Maybe I can hunt for lynx too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
On territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive careful. Especially in bad weather. Be extra careful in heavy rain, dust storms, bushfires and strong winds. If the weather is bad, you might slow down. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
Kids need help to stop trachoma. The eye disease can cause pain, sickness and even blindness. It's spread by mucky eyes and snot on the face. Luckily, it's easy to stop. By helping kids to blow their nose, wash their hands and clean their face, you'll be helping to stop eye disease spreading and keep their eyes healthy and strong. And by teaching kids to get rid of mucky eyes and snotty noses, you'll be playing your part to stop trachoma. Remember,
Trachoma is everybody's business.
clean faces, strong eyes.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Nyanyikan follow ICTV. Miltirani ka ngalim panyango. You're watching ICTV, showing our way.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
Telecast of this game is proudly supported by Bachelor Institute. Enrolment for all courses in 2020 are opening soon. Bachelor Institute, supporting your football and your education.
This is ICTV and you're watching the 2019 AFL Central Australia Premier League Grand Final, quarter time. Rovers versus South, just an adjustment. We're right onto it here. Quarter time we told you it was 6-5 to 4-2, but the goal umpires confirmed during the break it's actually 6-4 to Rovers, 6-4-40, South 4-2-26, a 14-point lead to the Double Blues. We'll give you the goal kickers for Rovers, 2 to Nigel Lockyer Jr., 1 each. Kelvin Ross, Cameron Glover, Dylan Barry and Sam Laporta. And for South, 2 goals to Thomas Gorey and 1 each for Dylan Alice and Liam Durham. My name's Stan Coombe. Joining me in commentary, Sean Cusack. Sean, that was an entertaining first term of a grand final.
Yeah, what a ripping quarter. Lots of, it's a high scoring game, and look, lots of real big efforts, fantastic plays across for both teams, and you know, what a game of footy. Look, scoreboard at the moment, you don't worry about that stuff right now because there's still a long way to go in this game, and I'm pretty sure the South Footy Club, they'll come back and make a tight contest of this. Look, Travis King rucked that whole quarter in the ruck against 2 very big guys in Mikey Turner-Tillmouth and big Daniel Stafford, and King is back into the centre starting for Rovers. Look, what a game of footy. Good representation both sides at the moment. It'd be interesting to see what happens here. Mikey Turner-Tillmouth's back on. They came on for that last 30 seconds of the first quarter, and so is Dylan Barry. He's back on for Rovers.
So the margin, 14 points. First break, there'll just be a little bit of delay while they try and get a couple of youngsters off.
Isn't it good to see, Stan, like, you know, the little tackers out there, they're moving them on, but look, it's good to see so many family kids at the footy.
And again, like we saw through the Bush competition final series, people over on the Gap Roadside Hill, that's a pleasant sight. We haven't seen as much of that in recent years as what we used to. It's great to see. We're at Traeger Park, the centre of Australian football, the centre of action in the middle as Alan Bongo Dixon taps the ball forward for South. Tries to pick up just around centre half forward. His little handball forward was under pressure, taken by Travis King. He couldn't find anyone with the handball either. Reggie Smith in there, free kick will go Reggie's way.
Yeah, look, now gives it off to Stafford. Stafford kicks long, looking for Gorey. Gorey flies. Good play there by the Rovers defence. Now Doyle's got it. South plays on him. Oh, he gets around him. Big Paddy Doyle used to play for the Nightcliff Football Club up in the top end. Good pass, and it goes to Farrows.
The former Minahan medalist Luke Farrows. Pass to Kurt Abbott, who marks on the half-back flank. Abbott, normally good disposal,
this
no
is
exception
dangerous,
there.
Cameron Glover got away a lot.
Glover's got it on the wing. He'll pass short as well, and he finds Gareth Renfrey, so precise movement of the footy by foot. Alan Dixon in a bit of space, Nathan Dixon in a bit of space in the forward pocket. Renfrey didn't see him. And he go long and direct, straight down the middle. Nigel Lockyer from behind takes a grab. Well, he's the one who's going to provide some headaches. There's not much you can do about that.
No, and Gareth Renfrey, he seen other options.
He waited.
But he waited for Lockyer. And Lockyer off 2 steps, not 1, 2 steps.
Renowned for his leaping in basketball too. He juggled both sports for a while, now focusing on footy. He's kicked 2 goals in the opening term. Looking for the first goal of the second term for the Double Blues. It's just off to the left. Started to swing a bit, but not enough. And behind the Double Blues, their lead now 15 points. That's the Bachelor Institute scoreboard.
Can I also just say, Stan, there's a bit of danger signs. Glover's getting a lot of the footy at half forward. That can be a bit of a worry for the South Footy Club. Glover was the Everingham medalist last year in last year's grand final, and he's been fantastic already. Anyways, ball gets brought out. Dan Myers kicks it long in front of Mona's lands here at Traeger Park. Ball goes up. Good work by Mikey Tillmouth in front. Reggie Smith gathers, gives it to Woodbury. That's Arnold Woodbury. Now Farrows has got the fly. He's got Turner to beat. Ellis is in there. Kurt Abbott's in there. Oh, well done by Farrows. He goes back in there now. Tyson Woods is in there. Good stuff by Abbott. That's Kurt Abbott. Whoops. Oh, great tackle there by Reggie Smith on Doyle. Free kick to Reggie Smith.
Yeah, the big fella didn't hear him coming from behind. Reggie Smith didn't play last week.
No, he didn't.
Handy inclusion into the side here. Bongo Dixon and Kython Turner, the ends for South. All the short pass. Dylan Ellis had it scored away by the nail gun. And then Big Doyle comes in to slap it over the boundary line. Boundary throw in. Rovers count that as a win.
Oh, what an effort there by Doyle. You know, he just followed up. You know, he got caught, but then he forced an error. Now it's a 50-50 ball again, Stan.
Footy on the wing. Tilmouth Turner versus Big Doyle. Big Doyle plucked it out of the air, handballed it forward. No one there though for Rovers. Daniel Stafford picks it up just inside the boundary line. Doyle tackles, so too did Nash. Michael Tilmouth Turner with a high kick towards half forward. And he comes from behind. A little bit of a punch away there from Travis King. Well, slung to the ground was Kurt Abbott. The ball spills free. The Double Blues get a kick away. Oh! Lockyer up high, couldn't take the mark. Briscoe there for South. So too Arnold Woodbury. Woodbury comes away with a footy, kicks back towards the wing.
Sorry, Stan, that was an awesome effort by Lockyer. Now South's have got it. Stafford goes long. He's looking for Jarrah. Jarrah's he got beat for pace then by that player. He's only a new bloke. It's Todd. Lachlan Todd kicks across the ground to Banner. Oh, Baden Nalgan's got it. Paddock. One bounce. Goes long. He's looking for Tiger. Ball goes at the back of the pack. Ross now. Ross gathers, had a shot. Offline. Good pressure by the South defence there. Well done.
Good footy both teams. Swift movement of the footy by the Double Blues, but South's defence able to put enough pressure on to stop a score. Lockyer up high just before too.
Oh, no.
Got us out of our seats.
Yeah, he almost, that was unbelievable.
Daniel Myers kicks the ball back into play for South. Oh, big fist on the footy there. Ball spills down to Kelvin Ross. One bounce, strolling in towards goal, 20 metres out, puts it through. Rovers have got the first of the second term.
Yeah, he's a dangerous player, Kelvin Ross. He's a special small forward and a specialist in that area.
Was it Jordan Armstrong?
But it was Jordan Armstrong.
Spoil?
Yeah, Jordan Armstrong. He's had some fantastic efforts. Like I said, he's getting ready for a marathon in November, and he's playing in the midfield, playing across half forward. He just doesn't stop running. I suppose South can blame Charlie Marr for that, because Charlie Marr was an ex-champion of the South Footy Club and actually trains Jordan Armstrong.
So the Double Blues, they led by 14 points at quarter time. We've had about 5.5 minutes of this second term. They got the margin out to 21 points.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Abbott's in there. Well done there. Abbott kicks it long. He's looking for Stafford. Stafford takes a beautiful mark. Those two would have been teammates a few years back, Doyle and Stafford at the Nightcliff Footy Club. Playing against each other, both big lads.
The snake pit pocket. Tough spot to kick goals from, but Daniel Stafford, very skillful. See that right knee heavily strapped.
Yeah, Stafford, he's a brilliant kick. Oh, yeah, he kicks it.
Look at that! That's the answer South needed. Their first goal of the second term. They get that margin back to 15 points on the Bachelor Institute scoreboard.
And the Roo chants, the Roo.
Soupies.
Great kick there by Stafford. Good one-on-one contest too, just to take that mark there by Stafford. Good effort.
So he's alternating between a roll up there in the forward line and the ruck with Mikey Tilmouth Turner.
Yeah, and Abbott was really good then. He just kept moving the ball forward and gathered and kicked to his forward. Well done there by Darren Abbott.
So changing the ruck there for the Double Blues.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like Travis King. Laporta's gone in. Mikey Tilmouth Turner thumps it forward for South. Got some distance lurking there. Dylan Ellis overran it. Socket off the ground by the nail gun. Bader now gets it back to half forward. G. Ross is having some influence. Little handball over to his teammate there. A little bit of a touch of the fumbles. But still presence of mind to tap it forward. Soccer off the ground's been cut off for South by Daniel Myers. And from the defensive 50, he pokes it back towards the half-back flank, towards a contest. The mark's been taken by Dustin Oliver.
Oh, good mark there by the nail gun. What a player to have it in. Kicks it out wide, looking for Wade. He finds him. Wade's got a bit of time. Dixon. Kicks it to Ross. Oh. Gee, that could be 50. Ross, good mark.
He's been electric in this term, Kelvin Ross.
Oh, he's one of the best small forwards in the last, 5 years. He's probably that I've seen in the CAFL competition. Normally plays off half-back. Anyways, gives a handball to Barry. It's offline. Maybe Ross should have had that and then had a shot himself.
Caleb Smith comes onto the ground now for the Double Blues. They move their score on to 7-6-48, south of 5-2-32. And the big K train runs it out of full-back. Kyphon Turner along to the half-back flank through the double blues' hands. Tyson Woods had it knocked away from his grass. Jack Sandry there, he lost it. They're going in pretty hard on the wing. Ben Wade there had a little hand on it. Nash tries to bust his way through as well. I think the umpire might have to call for a ball up here. He does. It's tough stuff out there at the moment. It's a grand final. It's what you'll expect. Oh, some bodywork there. Michael Tilmouth-Turner been knocked out of that one there. And, gee, that was interesting. Narrow Smith, I don't know about the disposal there. Once again, a big pack around, and eventually the ball comes out to Tilmouth-Turner. He kicks it forward for the Roos.
Yeah, good intercept mark by Todd.
He's got a river named after him.
Yeah, he fits in well in Alice Springs. Todd now goes to Laporta. Laporta's kicked a goal in the first quarter. He's in the ruck now, changing with King. Kicks the ball long, wide out, go to Lockyer. Lockyer, good work there by Turner. 2-on-1. Now Wade gets in there, help Lockyer. Good stuff by Turner, Tilmouth. Lockyer chases it up. Smith's in there, so is Nash. Gives it out to Wade. Kicks it to King. King makes a chest mark.
That's a great kick, Ben Wade. Is he a natural left footer?
Yeah, look.
He did that on the right.
Look, Benny Wade has worked so hard over the last couple of years. He's been in the reserves, he's had the under-18s experience, but he's worked his backside off. His body looks really, really fit, ready to play a great footy.
Playing well today. Travis King started in the ruck, but he normally plays forward. He knows how to kick goals. Tough one here, tight angle in the pocket, just misses. Very close, he gave him a chance. Over 7-7-49, South 5-2-32, Bachelor Institute scoreboard.
Yeah, what a game here. And I think this is Oliver, is it? Oliver has a bounce. Oh, he's going to take on King. He does. This could be dangerous here. Good pressure there by Barry just to knock it out of bounds. I don't mind that, though, from South. You know, that risk running, you know, having a crack and really challenging the opposition. That's good footy. Their trademark is to run. So good work by South.
Stafford and King. Briscoe and King now. King a chance to gather in the forward pocket. Snap in towards goal. Oh, is that a mark to Corbett? Not paid. Play on. Nandy runs away with it. And he'll kick out towards Tyson Woods to reach Sator. Sator read it better off hands than anyone. Sandry's there. Now Woods picks it up from just inside the boundary. Kick towards the wing. Robbie Smith takes the mark.
Smith gets around. Abbott tries to get back. Well done. Good kick by Smith. Gets it to Stafford. Stafford now looking for the Jarricane at the back. Oh! Almost takes the grab. Goes to ground though. Rovers now working it out. Well done. Hayden Alvin's underneath it. Coach's defensive 50. He's got some time. Kicks it to Renfrey. Oh!
50?
50-metre penalty.
And a reversal now. A reversal. Dylan Ellis will get it. Oh dear. Gee, they were going to make some yardage now. Ellis will go towards goal, right to the square. The ball through hands and not knocked over. It's been kept in play. They'll try and move it around the boundary line here, the double blue. They're successful in doing so. Todd involved again. The kick up towards the half-back flank. Jordan Armstrong gathers, big tackle, lost the footy over the boundary line. We'll get a boundary throw in. In fact, that was Matthew Bannister doing some good work out of defence for the double blues.
Yeah, you could actually see Gareth Renfrey go to Farrows and say, mate, just chill out, because it was a free kick to Rovers.
Bannister and Sandry, gee, they had to work hard then.
Yeah, now Glover at the back. Glover kicks it towards Corbett. Corbett's in front spot. Arnold Woodbury does well. Keeps his player out. Dylan Ellis is in there as well. Goes towards Kavanagh. Calvin Ross with pace. He better get rid of it, otherwise he's going to get caught. Bounces. Renfrey's there. Renfrey gets around his player and kicks it long to the forward line. Dusty Briscoe's there. He's leading the way. Dylan Barry taps it to himself. King needs to get involved. Well done there by Briscoe to the other Briscoe. Relieving mark there by Satura at halfback.
Kicks into the middle, got some space here. Reggie Smith, nice gather on the bounce. Short pass, might have been touched on the way through. Jarrah down low, can't cleanly grab the football. Tyson Woods can, knocked out of his hands as he handballs. Jarrah does pick up, he'll kick it out wide. One for Mikey Tilmouth-Turner to run onto. The defender comes out to meet it too. Bannister ridden into the ground and over the boundary line. We'll get a boundary throw in.
Two good efforts there. won by Mikey Tilmouth, but Bannister attacking the footy. That's what you want your backings to do, Stan. Good stuff by both players.
Developed into a real tight arm wrestle. Hasn't been a goal for a while.
Ball up, Laporta and Mikey Tilmouth Turner. Ball gets tapped at the back. Well done there by Rovers. Glover now gets the kick. He's looking for Renfrey. Great work there by Smith for the South Footy Club.
Delivers back towards centre for Daniel Stafford's mark and taken off immediately. Left foot, 50 metres out, right to the line, touched. Might have been going through the handball off to Tilmouth Turner, and he does put it through for South.
Hey, great effort. He's doing a mountain of work, Tilmouth Turner, at the moment.
Son of the great Craig Turner, great player for Pioneer, but South connection through his granddad Patrick.
Yeah, and this is not a bad move, I think, by their coach, Darren Talbot, to bring Mikey Turner Tilmouth off just for a couple of minutes for a bit of a breather, because he's been fantastic. His work rate's been so good.
Margin back to 11 points. South have kicked 2 goals in this term to Rovers 1. 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, ball up. Rovers, yep, they got Sam Laporta. Big Stafford's in there as well. There's a little bit of adjusting. Dixon now goes in the middle for the South Footy Club. The Indomood champion.
Bongo.
Ball up in the middle of the ground. Good effort there by Stafford and Laporta, both even there. Good work there by, I think that's Barry. Ball goes to half-back. Satua's there. Ball's going to go out of bounds here, right in front of the tree of knowledge. Good effort by both teams there.
So the boundary throw-in is about 70 metres out from the Rovers' goal.
Yeah, now Doyle's looks like he's playing loose across half-back for Rovers.
He's parked himself in that centre square there.
And there it goes.
Kick forward for South, taken by Baden Malkin on the wing. Kick was under a bit of pressure in the end on the left boot. Went across the half-forward line. Kelvin Ross there, couldn't mark. His recovery pretty good. Got a little dribbler there when he went for the soccer. Teammate picks it up, the handball back, and kick forward by Sandry as the whistle goes. That one's going to give
Caleb Smith.
Going to give him a free kick, saying held while not in possession.
Yeah,
50 out.
Caleb Smith's another one of those development players too, Stan. He's been with the club playing under 18s. Now he's playing in his first A-grade grand final.
Kicks right to the hot spot, top of the square, looking for Lockyer. He did get hands on it. Now the South players under a little bit of pressure in defence. Oh, Briscoe's lost it. Kyphon Turner picks up, knocks it forward, run into the tackle, but he keeps taking the footy forward, the big K-train. Get out of his road. Corbett picks up. His handball went straight to Sator. Back to Turner again, and onto the left boot. He wobbles it out towards the wing. Jack Sandry there, bit of a falcon. Sator picks up. He handballed forward. Nicely intercepted by Reggie Smith. His handball back to Woods, and Woods now will steady it with a pass out to Thomas Gorey.
Yeah, good work there by South Footy Club. Ball goes all on the wing. This could be dangerous. South get it at the back. Now Smith, oh, he has a couple of it. Oh, he gets a footy on the boot. He's got Satua there. Satua now just chips it over, looking for Woods. They worked that out really, really well, South Footy Club.
It was hectic footy. Double Blues kept putting the pressure on. South kept finding a way. Kyphon Turner busting that ball out of the back line.
You know what, that was probably just as good as a kick. By the time he left the footy, he was on the pretty much on the wing here.
They were under the pump too on their defensive goal square in that passage of play.
Yeah, really good effort there by Turner, Kyphon Turner.
Bit of class from Woods now.
Yeah, here he goes. Another Untitled champion. Goes to the top of the square. Goal, Jarrah just builds the mark there. Good play there by the Rovers defence. Now Nash, Peter Nash gets it, delivers the ball to Glover. Glover goes to ground. Good play there by Bongo. Bongo gives it to Bradley Turner. Turner goes in the middle of the ground. Dylan Barry, straight and hard at the footy. Kicks it towards the wing, grandstand wing. Lockyer's got one to beat with Smith. Smith, fantastic effort. Nathan Smith goes long. He's looking for Woods. Ball goes out of bounds on the full.
The only thing he didn't get right because he just didn't quite get the kick right.
Yeah, how good was that by Nathan Smith?
Just drifted over the line. There's Gareth Remfrey to steady the ship for the Double Blues.
Yeah,
Luke Farrow's back there with him, the player that gave it to him. Two of the more experienced campaigners. His kick is out wide. Lockyer just inside the line, got hands on it, but couldn't complete the mark. Robbie Smith, the handball. Got it to Stafford. Stafford snaps around the body with the right boot. Onto the attacking 50. The ball off hands taken by Big Doyle. His kick, though, was smothered by Nandy. Spills down to Remfrey. Stripped out of his hands. Whistle's gone, holding the ball. I just probably thought play on myself.
I think that was great by Briscoe just to knock it out of his hands. Sheldon Briscoe goes long. He's looking for Jarrah. Doyle's there. Umpire pays a free kick.
Double Blues get it.
To Todd. He was in front spot. Todd now. Ball slows. Actually, the tempo slows down. Now Farrows gets the footy. Farrows, short pass to Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta's he just leads so hard. Goes towards Glover in the middle of the ground. Oh, he's off. He's off, has a bounce. Does another, could get himself in the trouble. No, he gets around. He's got to get rid of it. Oh!
Darren Abbott.
I'm not sure if that was a tackle though, Stan. I think that was a bump. But anyways, Abbott, well done.
Got it to Narrow Smith in the middle of the ground, and his pass forward is a beauty. Chest mark taken by Thomas Gorey, 50 out from goal. He's indicating to his teammates he's going to have a shot.
Yeah, this will test him because it is a fair way out, and he's done a power running. So, Gorey, we know he's a beautiful kick. Let's see how he goes.
2 goals in the first term.
He's got Jarrah.
Didn't give himself much of a run up there. It's going to go right to the line. It's not going to be a goal. It's drifting wide. Plenty there to get hands on it. We see it over the boundary line for or behind. 10 points of difference on the Bachelor Institute scoreboard. The Double Blues leading.
Yeah, good effort there. Oh, ball goes out the back to Nash. Nash spoils it, but he gets time and he recovers. Short pass to Glover. Ball goes to ground. Smith there is with Glover. Good play by both players.
Been a tight second term. Only 3 goals in it. 1 to Rovers, 2 to South.
Yeah, the game's sort of in the balance at the moment, Stan. No one's actually free scoring. It's sort of tightened up.
Jarrah doing some ruck work here for South at half forward, and he's got it down to Robbie Smith, who weaved his way through some traffic. His kick into the forward pocket, goes off hands. Big Doyle to pick it up just inside the boundary line, and I think quite content to walk it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
And both good coaching stuff, you know. We got Doyle there. Damien Hall's put Doyle as that loose player in the back line. He just seems to be making it hard and cutting it off. And Jarrah, you know, getting Jarrah into the game, it's good by Talbot to do that. Ball goes up. Stafford and Doyle. Doyle gathers. Ball goes to ground. Matty Bannister hacks it out. Turner's there. So is Barry. Barry dribbles it forward. He's got Lockyer. Lockyer goes back to Barry. Ball over the top of his head. Now South gather. Smith gets a free kick. Smith at half forward.
Pass to him came from Brendan Pearce. Smith goes long inside 50. Nandy, the one South player there, up. Had it punched away. Ball spills down towards Cameron Glover in there for the double. Might be Aaron Morton, in fact, there for the Double Blues. Plenty of players in over the top of this, and the umpire will call for holding the ball. Free kick goes to Rovers.
You never know with those holding the balls, do you?
You don't.
I've seen some beauties over the last couple of weeks.
Matthew Bannister with the footy for Rovers.
Bannister to Laporta. Laporta, well done there by the 2 Smiths. Smith, that's Robbie Smith now, kicks it up the ground looking for Woods, but the ball goes out of bounds. Yeah, it's in the balance.
1 minute 20 seconds left in this term. A goal for either team telling. South will be back within 1 straight kick, or Rovers get a bit of breathing space.
Yeah, if South kick this, it'll give them lots of confidence. And it looks like they got an opportunity here. Ball goes to ground. Handball over. Rovers defence scrambling. Good play. Nash now picks it up, gets tackled. Ball at the back.
Oh, in the back he's called it.
The umpire's paid a free kick to the Rovers Footy Club. Now Bannister's got it. Or is it going to go back to Doyle?
Thought there might have been a little bit of a hand over the shoulder perhaps in the tackle. The umpire's signal was in the back.
That's Nash. Peter Nash.
Yep. So deep in the back pocket, 30 seconds left on the clock before half time. think maybe South the only team that can get a goal from here. It'll take something special after the marking contest for Rovers. Kyphin Turner out position. Nigel Lockyer that time.
Yeah, he did.
Took the mark on the chest and now he goes long. He sends it back inside 50. The pack gathers underneath. And the mark claimed by Desmond Nandy. A shot at goal will come for South just before the bell.
Yeah, look, what a mark by Nandy. He flew earlier on too, Stan, and just didn't get it, but that time, brilliant.
He's a spectacular player. Had a ripping first term. A little bit quieter in the second, but still serviceable. And now a chance to get South within 4 points at half time.
What we were saying, Stan. This is really momentum-changing stuff.
Desmond Nandy, 30, 35 metres out. Kick on its way. The goal umpire's not moving much. The crowd will probably tell you the story. The Roos get one just before the main break. And there's only 4 points of difference in the grand final at half time.
Yeah, ripping game. And I suppose the siren, you know, it's pretty lucky for Rovers at this stage that the siren did go. But momentum, we know how dangerous South is when they've got momentum.
In that term, Rovers kicked 1 goal 3. It was South's term. They kicked 3 goals 1. Rovers 7-7-49 lead the Roos 7-3-45 at half time. You're watching the grand final on ICTV. Stay with us. We'll be back with our halftime wrap courtesy of the Bachelor Institute very, very soon.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting.
What for?
For big oralik. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water is more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen. You can hear the sound. Go and hunt for a leak and save the precious water in your community. We finally get to do the leak. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
Alap kalian bush tucker. May bakanan pulling too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive real careful. Dirt roads can be dusty, making it hard to see. Or they can be slippery and you can lose control. When you're not driving on dirt, slow down, will ya? Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
What a mark. Thanks, Maisie. Milford knows it's important to have strong eyes to see the ball. How do you keep your eyes so strong? You get strong, healthy eyes by blowing your nose and washing your face whenever it's dirty. True. Yeah, it makes you look really sharp and it stops trachoma.
Wait, what's trachoma?
Trachoma makes your eyes sick. It's caused by germs and the muck in your eyes and snot in your nose.
So it's easy to stop trachoma. I just have to keep my face clean.
That's right. So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
ICTV, doing our way, doing our way.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Hey, is that Milpa, the trachoma goanna?
Yeah, it is.
Milpa is back, checking that we are still cleaning our faces so we have strong eyes.
If we have sharp vision, then we can pass the ball properly and kick great goals in footy.
That's why cleaning your faces whenever it's dirty is important.
We can also help little kids blow their noses and wash their faces to stop trachoma germs spreading.
That's right, we have to look out for each other, just like we do on the football field.
So remember kids, clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
Telecast of this game is proudly supported by Bachelor Institute. Enrolments for all courses in 2020 are opening soon. Bachelor Institute, supporting your football and your education.
This is ICTV. It's half-time in the 2019 CAFL Premier League Grand Final. Time for our Bachelor Institute half-time wrap. Rovers 7-7-49. Lead South 7-3-45. I'll quickly go through the goal kickers before we get some comments from Sean Cusack. For the Double Blues, 2 to Nigel Lockyer, 2 to Kelvin Ross, 1 each for Cameron Glover, Dylan Barry and Sam Laporta. For South, 2 goals to Thomas Gorey, 1 each to Dylan Ellis, Desmond Nandy, Liam Jarrah, Michael Tilmouth Turner and Daniel Stafford. Sean, it's game on. Rovers kicked the first goal of the second term and led by 21 points, but 3 successive goals to South to close out the term sees them right back in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be interesting what sort of momentum they'll take into the third quarter. They were peppering there for the last bit of that, the last 5 minutes of that second quarter. South actually had most of the play, and they were peppering. It was just a matter of somebody taking a mark, and luckily for them, Nandy came up with it at the end. Really good effort by Nandy just to finish off and give him that little bit of belief and go, yeah, we're only 4 points down, and we've had the play for the last 5 minutes. So Rovers, on the other hand, look, they've played it pretty consistently for the 2 quarters. It'll be interesting if they make a few little adjustments and move a few guys around. Look, Cameron Glover, like I said, has been fantastic for them. Look, they've rucked smaller ruckmen tonight as well. Sam Laporta and Travis King, who have been good, serviceable. Darren Abbott's, that's just Darren Abbott. He's just having a crack, as he always does. So look, both sides, look, it's going to be an interesting second half of footy.
All set up for a beauty. Only 4 points of difference at quarter time. The Double Blues leading after they led by 14 points at the first break. As we mentioned, they managed to stretch it out to 21 points. Now they come back from South. They came back from even a lot further behind than that last week.
I'll tell you what, though, Keith and Turner and Sheldon Briscoe for South's defence, they've done their efforts tonight have been fantastic. That's why having Laporta and King in the ruck has it sort of evened it out in the middle, with Turner and Stafford, but you lose 2 quality forwards too. So
they're really relying on Nigel Lockyer up there.
Yeah, and they need, so that's why they're relying. Yeah, you're right, Stan. Nigel Lockyer to do a lot of that marking work up forward.
All set up for a great second half to the CAFL Premier League Grand Final. You'll see it on ICTV. 4 points the difference. We'll be back with the second half very, very soon. Don't go anywhere.
Precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting.
What for?
For big uranic. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker.
Saving this water is more precious than bush tucker. See the track
and listen.
You can hear the sound.
Go and hunt for a leak and save the precious water in your community. We finally get to do the leak. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
I love hunting for bush tucker. I back and hunt for leaks too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On Territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive real careful. Dirt roads can be dusty, making it hard to see. Or they can be slippery and you can lose control. When you're not driving on dirt, slow down, will ya? Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
What a mark. Thanks, Maisie. Milford knows it's important to have strong eyes to see the ball.
How do you keep your eyes so strong?
You get strong, healthy eyes by blowing your nose and washing your face whenever it's dirty.
True.
Yeah, it makes you look really sharp and it stops trachoma.
Wait, what's trachoma?
Trachoma makes your eyes sick. It's caused by germs and the muck in your eyes and snot in your nose.
So it's easy to stop trachoma. I just have to keep my face clean.
That's right.
So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
ICTV. Doing Iowa. Doing Iowa.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Hey, is that Milpa, the trachoma goanna?
Yeah, it is.
Milpa is back, checking that we are still cleaning our faces so we have strong eyes.
If we have sharp vision, then we can pass the ball properly and kick great goals in footy.
That's why cleaning your faces whenever it's dirty is important.
We can also help little kids blow their noses and wash their faces to stop trachoma germs spreading.
That's right, we have to look out for each other, just like we do on the football field.
So remember kids, clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
Telecast of this game is proudly supported by Bachelor Institute. Enrolments for all courses in 2020 are opening soon. Bachelor Institute, supporting your football and your education.
And welcome back to ICTV's coverage of the 2019 AFL Central Australia Premier League Grand Final. We've got another beauty on our hands. Half time's only 4 points in at Rovers, 7-7-49, leading South 7-3-45. My name's Stan Coombe, joining me in commentary, Sean Cusack. Before I get any comment from you, Sean, I've got to say happy birthday, Lynette Hampton. There you go, that's my special comment. Yes, had a nice piece of chocolate birthday cake just before we came down to Traeger Park this afternoon.
Ah, okay.
Look, great first half of footy. We're none the wiser of who's going to win this particular game. It's still up for grabs.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Good. It'll be a fair. I reckon this is going to be a ripping second half. Look at the score. 4 points. Going into half-time. Both sides will be rested and then they're ready to go for the third quarter. We always say the third quarter is a premiership quarter, but I guess maybe Alice Springs or Central Australian footy is a bit different. Teams normally go right to the wire, so I don't think this is going to be any different tonight.
Yeah, we saw for South last week, it was the final term when they really got their skates on. They came storming home to beat Pioneer and set up this rematch of last year's grand final against the Double Blues. I guess it's another thing to take into account too, Sean. The Double Blues, they're looking for their third straight flag. There'll be a few South players still feeling it from last year's grand final loss. It's something you can hang on to and tap into sometimes.
Both things. I mean, Rovers going for history with 3 in a row. South Footy Club can break that. Look, it all comes down to basically, Stan, who's hungrier? Who really wants to win this game or win it? I've seen some really good efforts tonight, like Keith and Turner. He was brilliant. Just knocked the ball, knocked the footy from all the way from the goal square pretty much, all the way out to the wing, and he followed it through. there's some signs there there's some players really trying to lift their team to get them over the line. There was another one where Dylan Barry, he was on the end of one as well, and he just kept pushing the ball forward. So those efforts are gold in these sort of games, because anything can come on the other end of it. You know, a player swoops on it, kicks a goal.
We did discuss during the break that the teams do have different styles. Rovers play that more steady style of footy. We saw when they were under the pump a bit in that second term, the old wise heads, Luke Farrows, Gareth Remfrey, they would work together, kick a few short passes around, just steady the ship. South like it when there's a hot tempo on.
Oh, look, you know, Rovers have got to be smart like that. They don't have the leg speed that South Footy Club has. So that's where you get the two contrasting styles. Like you said, the South Footy Club, they love it when the ball's on the ground and it's unpredictable football. They love that style of footy because the players that they have got can run, but they've got some dynamic, skillful players that will swoop on the footy, you know, and they can kick goals from basically anywhere on the ground.
Double Blues already out on the ground, and the players out there doing a few stretches. So their coach, Damien Hall, has already issued the instructions. He thinks they need first-year coach too, taking over the reins from you. Always difficult when you come in after a club's won a couple of flags. So he's done all he can do. He's got him into another granny.
Yeah, that's it. And that was really important to me too, Stan, was to leave the club in a good space. Like, you don't want to withdraw, like leave a club and then, you know, players leave and all this stuff happens, because you want the club to still be successful. And look, I'm really pleased that they've got there again, and Damien Hall's done a fantastic job to get them there. And people like Rob Clark and those sort of people behind the scenes as well.
South coach Darren Talbot looking to be a premiership coach with the Roos for a second time. He got him their last flag as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, Darren's been around the game for a long, long time in Central Australian footy. And look, he loves his blue and white team, and you know, the players have got a lot of respect for him at the club, and he's been through some tough periods with the club. Look, it's a lot of credit to them. You know, his partner, Emma's the president of the South Footy Club as well. So, look, fantastic effort for them.
A little bit of confusion there for the Double Blues. Four blokes heading to the interchange bench, and Kurt Abbott was about to follow him and make it a fifth before he stopped dead in his tracks and turned back and ran back towards the defensive 50 for the Double Blues.
What a player, Kurt Abbott. I've got a lot of respect. He's a lovely fella too.
Great football family too. Morgan Abbott, Murphy Abbott played some terrific football for TT Roosters through the 1990s.
Yes. Yeah, that's the same mob.
4 points the difference, the Double Blues leading. So we played a half of football and we might as well start all over again. Less than one straight kick in it. Jordan Armstrong in the centre square for the Double Blues. Travis King has gone back into the ruck up against Michael Tillmouth-Turner. Tillmouth-Turner had the better of the tap, but reading it for the Double Blues was Cameron Glover onto the left boot. Kick out to the flank. Some slick hands there. There's Nathan Dixon getting his hands on the footy. The other Tennant Creek player, Troyston Corbett, takes a mark on the chest.
They're kicking to each other.
Done it at Tennant Creek High School a few times last year.
Yeah.
Now, Corbett is a highly skilled player, Sean.
Yeah, he's. I rate him really highly, and hopefully he'll get a shot in the Thunder next year.
50 metres out. Troyston Corbett, TC from
TC,
kick. Puts it through. Quick goal to start the second half for the Double Blues.
Wow. What a kick. Just backed himself in. He kicked that from 50 metres. Great kick.
But he does get his hands on the footy. You want to look out, he doesn't miss hitting the target very often, and this time when going for goal from 50 out, no problems at all.
Yeah, Nathan Dixon.
Good to see Nathan Dixon get involved and get it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Young Tiger.
Give him a bit of confidence. Nathan Dixon, because he is a quality, he's only young, and he's such a quality player.
Might still be 15, maybe just turned 16.
Yeah, that's unbelievable for him to even be out here.
That'll give him confidence too. Goal on the board for the Double Blues to start the second half.
Yeah, ball back in the middle of the round. Andy now. Last goal kicker for South. Ball goes to ground. Well done there by Doyle. Kicks the ball to space. This will be an interesting matchup here. Turner reads the play better that time. Kicks it towards Abbott. Abbott now, he's got 2 Abbotts. That's Kurt Abbott and Darren Abbott for South. Keith and Turner just read that play a lot better than Lockyer that time.
This is going to be a great battle throughout the rest of the afternoon, isn't it? Turner on Lockyer.
Yeah,
boundary throw in, full short. Travis King can just take it out of the air onto his non-preferred right boot, out of bounds on the full. Desmond Nandy to take the free kick for the Roos. I don't think Travis King could believe his luck when he got the nice short boundary throw in, but then couldn't capitalise on it. Nandy's kick towards the attacking 50, big fist on the footy there by Bannister for the double Blues. Punched away back inside dangerous 50 for South. Tilmouth, Turner. Gareth Renfrey working hard for the double Blues. Bradley Turner there for South. Renfrey soccers off the ground, gets it back into the centre, but Kavanagh picks up for the Roos.
Yeah, Kavanagh kicks it out wide to half forward. Ellis is there. Dylan Ellis. Short pass. Goes towards Gorry. Ball goes to ground. Bannister picks it up. Gives it to Sainsbury. Kicks it out wide. He's got Nash there. Nash turns. Kicks it to half forward. South players there. Briscoe's there. Corbett keeps his feet. Kicks it to Laporta. Laporta gives it off to Barry. Barry shoots from 40. The umpire does not move.
Oh. Great finish, Dylan Barry, but again, Corbett involved.
How good was the team stuff there? Just to work it out. Great effort there. A good finish by Barry. Like, that's not an easy kick either. That's not far from the boundary there.
2 quick goals to start the second half for Rovers, and they've got the margin out now to 16 points, 9-7-61, South 7-3, 45.
And Rovers' defence did really well. Bannister and Kurt Abbott and Doyle. Poor old Gorry had two to beat there.
Tilmouth Turner and Travis King will call that one a draw in the middle of the ground. Jordan Armstrong looking for the free kick. It wasn't forthcoming. Ball kick forward for South by Tilmouth Turner just inside their attacking 50.
Oh, tough stuff.
Gee, wasn't there? Big hip and shoulder in there. Eventually the double Blues will come away with the footy. More tough stuff.
Kick.
The kick goes to Cameron Glover in the centre of the ground. If he wanted to pick it up and play on with that, maybe just as well he fumbled because the South players were right on him. Patrick Doyle feeling the pinch on the half-back line, but he did some good solid work. Yeah. Renfrey takes it in the centre for Rovers.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. Ball in the middle of the ground. He goes long. He's looking for Lockyer. Lockyer at the back. Gets a little bit of space. Oh, good stuff there by Turner just to apply a little bit of pressure. Turner now gets a good tackle there by Armstrong. Now the nail gun's got it. What's the nail gun going to do? Normally does pretty good stuff with it. Anyways, kicks it to half forward. Jack Sansbury's underneath it. Ball goes forward, just taps it forward. Glover's there. Oh, so is Nathan Dixon, and he gets a free kick.
Kicking in danger is a signal from the umpire.
Yeah, Nathan Dixon will get it. 50 metres out.
Normally a good pass. And he goes hard and low, and it fell just short. Glover there to pick up. A little bit of a fumble just as he could have ran in towards goal. Now the South defenders get around him. Just trying to lock it in and cause a ball up. Briscoe's there. The umpire will oblige with a ball up about 40-45 metres out from the Rovers' goal.
Yeah, they're peppering now, the Rovers. It was sort of a bit like the second quarter where South were peppering away.
Some good ruck work by King down to Renfrey. Renfrey towards goal. Kick off line and through for one behind. Yeah, really made something out of nothing.
Yeah, that Gareth Renfrey, he can do that. Such a skillful player, but reads the play really well. South's got to watch him in those ruck contests.
17-point lead now to the double Blues, and just a couple of behinds in the last minute or so. If either of them went through for goals, the margin starting to get dangerous for South.
Yeah, now Keith and Turner will kick it out. He plays on. Has a bounce and kicks it long. He's looking for Tilmouth. Tilmouth flies. Ball gets spilt. Dorley's on him. Good play there.
Oh, gee, whistle had long gone. Slung to the ground, and now it's going to be a free kick. It's just the whistle had long gone.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, absolutely. And that's actually Gareth Renfrey, and that's what we spoke about, Stan. He's lifted this quarter.
Played a fair bit of footy for NT Thunder going back a few years ago.
Mate, he's got
a
great,
consistent footballer.
Great resume.
Kicks it high. towards the top of the goal square. Big pack gathering underneath this, taking it off hands. Turner slams it onto the boot. Gets it out to centre half back. Another Turner there. Bradley Turner reads it beautifully off hands. Arches his back. Gets away from the tackler. One bounce through the centre. Now a second bounce to the half forward flag. And a beautiful pass to Liam Jarrah, who's marked it 48 metres out from goal. Well done, Bradley Turner.
Yeah, and that's probably Turner's first real crack at the footy tonight. The South players are actually they're switched on. Jarrah's probably struggling with his kicking tonight, and they seem to be, because he's going to kick from outside 50.
He's not 100% fit, but...
Yeah, look, great work there by Bradley Turner, though. Really good stuff.
Still, you'd want to be on this bloke. Marvellous skills. Even though he's not fully fit, gets close to the man on the mark, 49 metres out. Gee, the distance isn't a problem, but the accuracy is through for one behind.
That's what he can do. He can... Gee, that ball went a long, long way. Rovers now in the back pocket. Doyle gets it. Doyle pumps it long. He's still looking for Lockyer. Turner there.
He's going all right on him.
Yeah, good effort.
Nigel Lockyer looked like he was going to tear the game apart early in the second term.
Yeah.
Turner's worn him like a glove since then.
Something's changed here, though. Something's changed with Lockyer. Lockyer's positioning. We'll look out for that one. Anyways, Nandy now just dribbles it forward. Goes to big Paddy Dog. Gives it to Kick. This would be dangerous. Ellis swoops on it. Mikey Turner, he can get there. He does. Mikey Turner, Tillmouth.
Just one little mistake coming out of defence. One handball doesn't find a target.
Yeah. Wonder if his dad's watching. Craig Turner, and Mum Michelle.
The loafer. Terrific player he was.
Here he goes. He looks exactly like his old man too from this distance. Kicks on.
Oh, yep.
Kicks a goal. Good effort there. He just had to get to the footy. Took a good chest mark in the end and then slotted it through.
South needed it, their first goal.
As I said, Stan, that change has come where Lockie has come up the ground now.
Standing out here on the grandstand side wing at the moment. So South get themselves back to within 10 points on the Bachelor Institute scoreboard. Rovers 9-8-62, the Roos 8-4-52. Second goal to Michael Tillmouth Turner. One in the second term and now one in the third term. Robbie Smith gets himself into the centre square late. Just in time for the ball up. Travis King versus Stafford. Stafford slaps it down Robbie Smith's throat and he gives it back to Stafford. Looping handball over to Alan Dixon. Bongo slams it onto the left boot. High inside the attacking 50. Nice punch away from Kurt Abbott. Desmond Nandy lurking there. Abbott paddles the ball in front of himself. Then gathers and he's away. Good dash off half back Kurt Abbott. Kicks looking for Kelvin Ross. Can't mark. Lockyer to come in. No, the whistle's gone. Held. Kelvin Ross is free.
Danger man. He's got Renfrey if he wants him. No, he takes his time, kicks it to the nail gun. Why not? Why wouldn't you go to the nail gun when he can kick? Nice kick. The ball goes to ground. Barry, good effort there by both players. Go hard for the footy. Oh! That is what you call a worm burner, Stan.
Snake Skinner. Great kick, and nothing that the opposition could do to stop Gareth Renfrey marking that.
No.
Renfrey just had to hold on to it.
No, that was as low as you get, and Gav Renfrey, Gav's are fantastic. Dylan Barry's just getting himself back into the game too. Been a little bit quiet.
So Renfrey looking to steady the double blues. They're sensing that South are coming at them. 10-point lead at the moment. Must be a lot of South supporters out there as he comes in. You can hear the reaction in the crowd.
Tonight.
Renfrey's kick, he's hooked it.
Gone off line.
Marked on the line. No, one behind.
South play on quickly. Woodbury now. That's Hannah Woodbury. Chips it over. He's looking for Turner. Turner's been great tonight. Keithan Turner tries to kick it back in. There's Dylan Barry. He's got a player over the top. He sees him. Gets a free kick.
Is it upfield?
That'll be Kelvin Ross. Will will take a free kick 20 metres out in front of goals on a slight angle. Just a little bit undisciplined there by the South players. A little bit, and it created, now it's going to create an opportunity for the Rovers Football Club.
Poor Kiefer Turner, great dash out of the back line, just didn't quite connect how he wanted to with the kick.
And he went inboard too. Can be very dangerous.
Kelvin Ross's kick 2, 1 in each term, and he continues that trend. 3 goals on the board to Kelvin Ross. Rovers steady and get the margin back out to 17 points on the Bachelor Institute scoreboard.
Yeah, and Hearts Range would be very proud of that young fella, and they'll be a bit twisted too because a lot of the Hearts Range players have normally been South people.
But they have.
Great goal there by Ross.
A likeable young bloke too, always got a smile on his face.
Say hello to, speaking of Hearts Range, Eric Patrick.
Great man of football out that way. Also the big man, Mr. Sharber as well.
Yeah. Tony Sharber. Oh yeah, there's a few Sharbers out there.
Big Tony.
Yep. All up in the middle of the ground here. King and Mikey Turner tell him out. Ball goes at the back. Barry, he's starting to get into the game. Not a great kick, but pushes it out wide. Jack Sainsbury overruns it. Now, South are on their way. That's Pierce. Pierce kicks it up forward. Great pressure. Good work by both players. That's Bradley Turner and Luke Farrows.
Couple of veterans
Two of the
there.
veterans there. They would have had a few battles when Bradley would have been playing for the Federal Football Club a few years back.
Combined, be close to 400 games of senior experience. The Double Blues off half-back, kick back towards the wing. Arnold would be there, couldn't take the mark. Ball's been gathered by the Double Blues. It was a nice little handball too from Renfrey. Over to Nash. Nash kicks it out wide, taken on the bounce by Glover. Glover the handball forward to Nathan Dixon. Dixon a little bit of a fumble just outside 50. Handball back inboard. Oh, chance, but they fell over. Some good pressure there from the Roos. And now they'll get it outside the defensive 50, although not too far. Double Blues fighting to keep it in. Glover with it now. Gets a little handball over the top. Turner goes in hard. Strong body work from him. They're on hands and knees as they shovel it out towards Dixon. Dixon one way, then the other. Right boot in towards goal. He's offline, out of bounds on the full.
Bad luck, just a bit under pressure there. That's what happens when you're only 15 and you're playing in a big grand final. But he's getting his hands on the footy, and that's the main thing, Stan.
Certainly had some influence in this third term, man, on that far side forward flank.
Absolutely. Oh, this would be dangerous. Switch across the ground. Lockyer has got the sit. Now, Lockyer can kick these distances.
There's his cheer squad.
Oh, yeah. I love him down here.
Oh, he's encouraging it too.
Telling them, yeah.
You want to kick it now, Nigel.
He is a confidence player, you know.
Big one here for the Double Blues too. Whoops.
Oh, he's offline.
Oh, 50. The whistle's gone. 50.
Wow, right up to the square.
Couldn't tell you what it was for. I'm guessing someone's encroached over the mark or someone's come in too close. 50 metres.
That's those little things, isn't it, Stan, with South? Little tiny things.
I would say this would be the third goal that's come from either an upfield or 50.
Yeah.
And in a tight grand final, can't afford that. And, so it's paid upfield. Kelvin Ross with it.
Yeah,
not Nigel Lockyer. It's not a 50, it's paid upfield.
So, Ross has kicked 3, hasn't he?
4.
The danger man.
The Double Blues looking pretty good at the moment. 11-9, 75 South, 8-4-52. 23 points of difference on the Bachelor Institute scoreboard. That's the biggest the margin's been all day.
Yeah, and it's just come off little free kicks here and there and just a little undisciplined stuff. Look, South are right in the game. They just need to keep their heads. They can't ill afford to give away those big 50-metre penalties. Look, Darren Abbott in the middle. See what happens here.
7 minutes left in the third term.
He's going to the forward line, Darren Abbott. I don't think he's been there all year. Or something's going on. There's a bit of confusion. I'd be putting him smack bang in the middle of as what he normally does. Ball up. Oh, well done, Tilmouth. Get Reg Smith. Smith gets it on the boot, goes towards that man I was speaking about, Abbott. Good contest.
Over the shoulder signal.
Free kick. Now Abbott gets it. He's got Gorry on the lead. Bannister's hot on him. Ball goes over the back. Good play there by Todd. Todd gives a handball over to Bannister. Bannister, well done to Smith. Caleb Smith. Oh, Renfrey. Nice kick. Jack Sansbury gets the footy on the wing.
And he pops it over towards Travis King. King had to wait for it. Wanted to get on the favoured left boot. Handball forward now taken by Troyston Corbett. Corbett, doesn't matter left or right to him. In the end, he slips a little handball inside the attacking 50. Shot at goal coming up for the double. Blazers through.
Barry.
Dylan Barry. Great goal, tight angle in the pocket. The double Blues now out to a 31-point lead. Danger signs for South.
Yeah, that was pretty good football from that half-back line. And, yeah, the Rovers' defence cleaned up beautifully there, and Renfrey got involved.
Bannister and Todd inside that
you know,
defensive
he's only
50.
a young player. Yeah, Todd. They're running too, with not much pressure following them from South. Tilmouth's winning it. Tilmouth Turner's winning it out of the ruck. He just needs his midfielders to get their hands on it.
It's 29 points that lead to the double Blues. It's about a similar spot to where South had to come from last week.
Good contest there by Tilmouth and Lockyer. Ball goes forward. Young Sansbury gets it. He's been held. Ball goes at the back. Dan Myers dodges, puts on a little shimmy and kicks it long. Two players there fly for it. Good defence by Bannister and good work by Gorry. I must say, he's still presenting. Really good stuff there by Gorry.
4.5 minutes to go, third term. South have it in attack. They're in desperate need of a goal, trailing by 29 points. Stafford doing the ruck work in the forward line. Probably had hands on that, slapped it towards the top of the square. Gorey sockers it out of mid-air and puts it through for a much-needed goal for the Roos. They're still in it.
And that's the you know, that unorthodox type of play, that ball over the back where it gets flicked out and it goes on the ground. And you know, when you got players like Gorry who are around it, great goal there by Gorry.
He's third now, and it's come just in a nick of time.
They needed it. They needed that goal.
Margin back
Gorry's
to 23 points, more manageable. 3 goals, 2 in the first term, and that 1 in the third.
Yeah, he's doing his job today, Gorry. What a great goal. Good finish. Ball up in the middle of the ground. Tilmouth Turner taps it forward. Now South win it out through Pearce. Pearce now drives it long. Bannister and Gorry have been going at it. Oh! Bannister almost takes a Superman catch. Now Gorry gets it at the back. Ball. Todd's there. So is Myers. No, that's Clark, sorry. Myers just pushes him off. Ball goes out of bounds. In front of the change rooms here at Traeger Park.
Down there, Myers sees it over the line. 50 out. Gee, Jarrah almost stole that at full pace too as Bannister was diving for the second grab on the mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daniel Stafford to do the ruck work for the double Blues. He's up against Doyle for South, up against Doyle for the double Blues. Ball bobbling around. Jordan Armstrong in there. Does it look like it's going to come out? And the umpire will call for a ball up 45 metres out from the South goal.
Now South are peppering. Yeah.
They're pressing.
They're, yeah. It's been a battle of two halves. Rovers up for the first half of the quarter. Now South. Ball at the back. Turner now kicks it forward. Looking for Gorry. Bannister. Both doing really well. Ball goes forward. Gorry's in there. So is Bannister. So is Smith. Umpire will come and ball it up.
Just like Kyphon Turner and Nigel Lockyer engaging in a great battle. Bannister and Gorey's been good. Gorey's got 3 goals, but Bannister's made life hard for him.
Oh, Stafford. Gino has a snap-on goal. Just a bit short and offline.
Point on the board to the Roos. They move on to 9-5-59. Rovers at 12-9-81. Bachelor Institute scoreboard. You can see it on your screens. 1 minute 52 left on the clock. As the double Blues bring it back in, and they'll go out to the Gap Road side. Oh!
Jeez, what a mark.
Yeah, pretty good effort. Mark taken diving low. It's Todd.
That's Todd.
On the Todd Road
Near
side,
the
Todd River side of the ground.
He's come to the right town, Todd.
He's been useful.
Yeah, he's
Asked
been
to
really
play
good.
on, had to kick high over the man on the mark, and as a result of that late pressure, I think that one's gone out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, it has. It has. Like we've been saying, South of Peppering. There goes Abbott on his trademark run. Oh, the kick's a shocker. They go straight to Nalgin. Nalgin goes to Barry. Ball's going to beat him, though. Out of bounds.
Coffin Turner now maybe over on Dylan Barry.
Yeah, what a matchup. Two
Raging bulls.
Raging bulls. The both of them.
They both only know one way, straight ahead.
Good to see Keith and Turner out there playing A-grade footy this year.
Boundary throw in. Laporta doing the ruck work. Probably had the better of that. Got the front position. Ball slapped forward for South to
there's
Kavanagh.
Armstrong, Kavanagh.
Just got his handball away in a nick of time. Darren Abbott was in there. There is the K-train, Keith and Turner. Ball comes out South's way. Little handball forward, tied in on the boundary line. Can't keep the ball in play. Dustin Oliver will get a boundary throw in on that far side wing.
Yeah.
A bit of wrestling going on over there.
Yeah, it's a bit going on, but she's got the only thing that matters is the footy. Ball up, good stuff by Briscoe at the back for South. Ball goes to ground though. Oh, there's been a high tackle there. Sandry, young Jack Sandry. He's only a young fella. 17, I think he is. Kicks it out, goes for Barry. Gee. Good effort there by Barry.
A little bit of air time right on three-quarter time by Dylan Barry at the final break in the 2019 Grand Final. Rovers 12-9, 81, leading South 9-5-59. That margin at the final break is 22 points. Should be an exciting final term. Stay with us on ICTV if you want to see it.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting
What for?
for big oralik. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water is more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen. You can hear the sound.
Go and hunt for leak and save the precious water in your community. We finally get you to the leak. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
Alap hunting for bush tucker. I back for links too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
Your eyes are really, really important. They help you see your friends, football, and your family. Trachoma is a disease that can really hurt your eyes, and you can even go blind. Lucky, it's easy to stop by keeping your face clean, blowing your nose, and washing your hands. You keep your eyes healthy and strong. And remember,
If your face is dirty, wash it.
clean faces, strong eyes.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
ICTB, showing our way.
Telecast of this game is proudly supported by Batchelor Institute. Enrolments for all courses in 2020 are opening soon. Batchelor Institute, supporting your football and your education.
You're watching the 2019 AFL Central Australia Premier League Grand Final on ICTV, brought to you by the Batchelor Institute. We also thank Power and Water and Uparinya for their support of these telecasts, all set up for a final term that should be a beauty. South a little bit of work to do, but we saw last week they're still in touch, trailing by 22 points at the final break. My name's Stan Coombe. Joining me, Sean Cusack. South probably need the first goal or two, Sean.
Well, this is it. See what happens. You know, South's fantastic in this position last week, so we know they can. We know if they get it right, they can make a big comeback. We know if they get it in the right players' hands, they can do a really good job. Rovers would have seen that though too last week, and they would have been thinking, okay, if we're in this position here, how do we stop that? So look, still the game in the mix, I reckon. Unless, you know, with finals, until the final siren's blown and you've got a winning side, that's when you know who's won. So really interesting last quarter.
Rovers' confidence will certainly go up a notch if they can kick the first goal of the final term. Margin 22 points at the moment.
You notice when Turner gets the footy too, Bradley Turner's so instrumental to the side. The good thing is for Rovers is young Sandry has played a pretty good mature game for only being a young fella, and look, interesting. See what happens.
23 minutes left in the 2019 season, and Michael Tilmouth Turner won the tap, then he followed up and got a soccer, got the footy all the way to the half-forward flank for the south side. Ball out towards the boundary line, and we'll get a boundary throw in on the half-forward flank. Tyson Woods chasing it to the boundary line out there, been a little bit quiet.
Yeah, he's got the red boots on tonight too. I think he's just changed those for the second half. Ball up. Stafford taps it over. Goes towards Barry though. Oh no, that's Renfrey. Ball goes to the middle of the ground. Oh, well done by Turner Tilmouth. Turner now, Bradley Turner. That's Renfrey. Drives the ball long. He's looking for Barry. Ball goes over at the back. Nathan Dixon applies a tackle. He's the first to recover as well. Tries to give it to Corbett. Corbett now gives a handball across to Benny Wade. Ball goes back. Corbett follows up. Good effort there. Ball goes to ground. South players are over it at the moment.
Oh,
well done by Woods. That's Tyson Woods. Ball, good tackle by the South defence. And a free kick will go to that player in Satua.
Good tough stuff everywhere. Nathan Dixon stripped it away from a South player at one stage. He's taking a while to get back up to his feet too. He looks like he's hurt in the back play. Keefe Turner further adrift of him. Also looks sore. Kick forward has been marked by Doyle for Rovers. And he can send the double blues forward again. Going to stick to that Gap Road side of the ground. Out wide, Ben Wade marks just inside the boundary line.
Yeah, it used to be the south side of the, you know, in the old days, down that side of the ground.
Wayne Braun used to love it out on that wing. Ben Wade, long kick towards the attacking 50. Ball through the hands of Briscoe and bounced straight back to him. Slams it onto the boot, bounces it out towards centre back, could be dangerous. Gareth Renfrey's having a great start to the final term. And a beautiful pass forward. And the mark's been taken. Big Laporta, is it again?
Yeah, Laporta.
Shot at goal coming up. He probably needs to put one through. He's had a few shots, just kicked the one in the opening term. Gareth Renfrey has had about 4 or 5 possessions to start this final term.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Laporta, like you said, Stan, if he's got to reward his midfield.
I think he might have it. Goal umpire did a little bit of work to the left initially, but then back to the middle to put up 2 fingers. Barry Georgopoulos, the best in the business down there. And the double blues, an important goal to start the opening term. The margin now, a tough one for South to reel back in.
And young Nathan Dixon's coming off after those efforts over there on the half-forward line for Rovers. Him and Royston Corbett, even Satua for South, like Satua did, like his old man did for the South Footy Club. Look, Ali Satua, good tough stuff, all young, good young solid players, both teams.
Dixon comes off holding the back of his head onto the ground, coming Peter Nash.
Not a bad replacement, Nash.
Bit of depth in this double blue side. And the margin at the moment, 28 points on the Bachelor Institute scoreboard.
Ball goes up, both players fly for it. Oh, that's an even contest this time. Now Turner Tillmouth, he charges at the footy. He's got a player there. King follows up his good work. Gets it off to Way. Way, 45 metres out from goals. Has a shot.
Good shepherd too.
Great work there by Benny Wade. Good stuff by Travis King. And smart by Troyston Corbett just to shepherd the ball through.
Probably deserved to have a goal alongside his name, Ben Wade. He'd probably be in the top 3 or 4 players for Rovers today.
And the work he's done over the last couple of years, Stan, I've seen it first. He was up and down in the A grade, up and down in reserves. And for him to put out a game like this today, geez, the work that they've put into him as a footballer, the club as a whole, and for him to perform like that has been so good.
Double blues looking good now, 14-9-93, South 9-5-59. They've kicked the first 2 goals of the final term to stretch that 22-point margin. Now out to 34, big Travis King out of the middle, paddles to his own advantage. Right on his tail, Robbie Smith. The umpire's giving him a free kick, he's going to play on. 45 out, King goes towards goal, Corbett at the back. Fist on the footy there for South. Good defensive play. Corbett still there. Lockyer picks up, gets onto his left boot, bangs it through for another one for the double blues.
This is danger signs now.
Well, 3 quick goals. The quarter's only 5 minutes old. This might be a match-winning burst by Rovers.
Look, it's very dangerous at the moment. King, who's rucked most of the day with Laporta. King's starting to get on top in there.
40 points of difference.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but like I always said, unless that final siren goes, you actually got it, then you've won it. So they've still got a bit of work to do.
I'm starting to look at those margins we were reading out in the previous meetings. It looks like we could be heading towards another one of those.
Stafford this time gives it off. Well done by Glover. Glover gives it to Renfrey. Renfrey goes to, almost a really good effort there by the South player and Oliver. He's got Ross in there. Dylan Barry cleans it up, bangs it long. He's looking for Laporta. Great work there by Myers, though. Spoils. Oh, good effort there by Briscoe. Briscoe, well done. Alice now plays on. That was fantastic by Briscoe. Ball goes up to the forward line. Gorry's got 2 to beat. The umpires, there's a bit going on. Back play. Gorry now. Got the ball on the 50. Drives it long. He's looking for the Jarricane. Jarricane takes it. Good strong mark on Todd. It all started from a great effort there by Briscoe.
Well, they need to rattle on some quick ones, and it's got to start here with Liam Jarrah.
They have to. That's it. They got to throw caution to the wind, and they just got to go for it. There's a couple of players coming off though.
Kicked the first goal of the game, I think, Jarrah, the little soccer off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's offline. He's offline.
So a point on the board to South. They won the 9-6-60. They're 39 points in arrear. Rovers 15-9-99. The double blues have started this final term with a blistering start.
Has Darren Abbott gone? There he is. He's over there on the wing.
Came into the game under an injury cloud.
Yeah.
Suspected broken hand.
Yeah. They need him now.
Oh, they need all hands on deck here, South. This one's slipping away. The Double Blues bring the ball back into play, and they've got plenty of space on that Todd River side of the ground. Kick bounced in front of Cam Glover. Took it on the bounce. Kicked around the corner. Might be out of bounds on the full on that far side. South free kick. Chance to get it moving forward, but gee, they've got to. They can't afford any mistakes from here on in.
And that's is that Turner or who's?
Maybe Therese Satua going to get it.
Satura's going to get it. Satua now. He's going to. Oh, that's Abbott.
Darren Abbott.
Abbott bombs it long. Bannister's in front. Good work there by Stafford just to spoil. Mikey Timothy gets in there and blocks. Stafford now kicks it to Desmond Nanny. And he flies! Almost pulls down a screamer. The ball still on the ground. Ball gets kicked up again. It's an up and under. Big Paddy Doyle's underneath it. And he'll rush it over out of bounds. It's a free kick, actually. Must have been out in the full. Good
Double
kick
Blues.
there by Doyle.
They get it moving out towards the grandstand side. Luke Farrow's there, one of their veterans. Former captain on hands and knees over the top of the footy. It spills out of the pack. Chance here for the South player, Brendan Pearce, working very hard. Couple of second efforts from him. Dylan Ellis lurking there as well. Kurt Abbott to see the ball over the boundary line. Boundary throw in 55 metres out from the South goal. But this will even do for the Double Blues. They're eating up time.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. Just push the ball out of bounds. Slow the momentum down. Every time you try and hold it up. Luke Farrows, he just tried to hold it up then.
That 3-goal burst, just what the doctor ordered. Travis King might have been beaten in the ruck, but then he tried to tap it forward. Hands and knees slapped inside the 50 for South by Pearce. Rovers under a fair bit of pressure back there. Boot the ball, send it out towards the defensive 50. Therese Sator back into trouble. The nail gun lurking. Applies a second tackle. Then a third tackle on Nathan Smith. And it's going to be holding the ball. It's all going the Double Blues way now.
Yeah, the nail gun. That's one thing he can do really well. Just all that experience with his tackling. Nash now in the middle of Traeger Park. Remfrey. Oh, gets tackled solidly. King's in there. Nash is in there. Good stuff there by Woods. Well done there by Kavanagh. Pushes the ball up to Jarrah. Ball goes over the back. This is the style they like, South. Now Doyle's in there. Doyle for Rovers. Oh, he's been rushed off, and Jarrah Kane's in there again. Working really hard. Farrows, fantastic. He gets it out to his teammate.
Rode the bump there, Farrows. He was like a pinball over to Sandry, then to Kurt Abbott. Kurt Abbott kicks it out to the wing, and Ben Wade's taken the mark on the chest. Another short one on. Pops it over the top. Dylan Barry now with the footy, just forward of the wing. Gareth Remfrey and acres of space inside the centre square. He can mark and pass back to Wade. He started at this little triangle, now he'll give it back to Barry. These three waxing.
And yeah, and why wouldn't you?
Eating up more time.
Yeah.
Normally a thumping kick. Chose to handball back towards Ben Wade again. Whistle's gone, has it? Umpires letting
Free
advantage
kick to Barry.
go. Ben Wade actually stopped. Now he'll go again. Kick inside 50. Everyone a bit confused there. Dustin Oliver marks and will clear for South.
Kicks it out wide to Ellis. That's Dylan Ellis. Ellis now. Oh, he just he takes his time. Now he chips it over looking for Turner. Turner's got the run here. Turner now kicks it to Gorry. Nice mark. And they need Turner. Bradley Turner's the key. He's just got those silky skills.
The shot at goal. Well, this is the bloke you want with the ball in his hands for that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
3 so far today.
Oh, it's kicked beautifully. Look at that.
Yeah. Magnificent kick, Thomas Gorry. It keeps the Roos' slim hopes alive.
It's like he just is on autopilot, you know, when he kicks, has a shot at goal. Beautiful technique.
It's really casual, but it's the same all the time.
It's the same all the time.
33 points the margin. South 10-6-66, Rovers 15-9-99. That's the Roos' first goal of the final term.
There's 11 minutes to go.
It's time enough. It's going to have to be one of the biggest finishes in CAFL history.
Yeah, that's it. Look, and Rovers have always answered back, so if they can double up on their goals, I've been saying that all final series, They're in with a chance here. Well done by Laporta. Now Robbie Smith gets it though. Handball straight to Armstrong. Armstrong spills it. Now Kurt Abbott drives the ball long. He's looking for Lockyer. Ball at the back. Arnold Woodbury's there. He's leading the race. He pushes it out of bounds. Good defensive play by Woodbury.
Few blokes appealing for free kicks there.
Yeah.
For the deliberate. South getting desperate. So boundary throw in. Just inside the 50 for the Double Blues. One more goal here. That'll do it for them. They might be home as it is. Stafford doing the ruck work. Got the tap away. Armstrong got a hand on it. Couldn't control the footy. Oliver in there. He's lost it when tackled. Now Big Briscoe picks up. A handball over to the other Briscoe. Dustin to Sheldon. Sheldon's kick is high and wide towards the wing. Michael Tilmouth Turner stands underneath. Ball taken off hands by Bradley Turner. Almost torps that one out of trouble. Up to the half forward flank. Todd leading in the race for the footy here for the Double Blues. Gets a long handball back. And now Bannister will clear the kick out towards centre half back looking for Doyle. Tilmouth Turner up with one hand. Couldn't mark. Bradley Turner, nice pick up. In some space, he'll kick inside 50. And Gorey there. Punched away from him though. And now the nail gun gets it. He swamped and lost it. Gorey kicks back towards Jarrah at the top of the square. Todd back there first to rush it through for a behind.
Can I just say, Stan, even though Gorey's kicked a few goals tonight, Bannister's team play in that defence, he reminds me of Jackson Cole for Pioneers. He just covers and helps. Anyways, Woods has got it. He kicks it towards that man in Gorey again. But he's unselfish. He does the unselfish stuff. He goes and helps his teammates. That's the quality of good backmen, you know.
Got a couple of them. Todd's been a real scrapper
Todd,
all evening
Paddy
as well.
Doyle. Yeah, look. Yeah, they've done some really hard work. Gorey has a shot on goal. He's got Tilmouth there. Tilmouth, he almost takes a good mark. Almost.
Two grabs, second one knocked out of his hands. Pretty deep in attack for South. Just under 9 minutes to go in this final term. Desperate for another one here. The premiership hopes are slipping away. A goal here might just keep him in the hunt. Jarrah got the tap down. Gorey was there, couldn't take it. Rover player dived on it, taken high as the decision from the umpire.
And it must be a South...
it's Todd again.
Yeah, South, when they do have boundary ruck throw-ins in the forearm, they tap it at the back. And I think Rovers have switched on to that now. Todd now drives the ball long. He's looking for the Bannister. Or is that Jack? No, Bannister. Great mark there by Stafford. Stafford drives the ball in. Rovers plays Nandy. Nandy's taken a ripper. Oh. Now he's given a free kick. Discipline. Undisciplined there. Ball goes across to Bannister.
Todd the hero again. Todd and Bannister, they're doing it time and again in the back line here for the Double Blues.
Doyle's got the footy now.
What a combination it's been. Short pass to Glover. They're eating some time up and taking some yardage away as well, the Double Blues. Glover, a couple of bounces. Long handball forward over to Benny Wade. He's had it on a string tonight. His handball into Kelvin Ross. Ross centres it up towards centre half forward. The nail gun's waiting. He takes the mark. And he can slow things down and go back and shoot for goal from just outside 50. A big talk wouldn't have surprised. He's gone the pass right across ground instead. Footy out in front of Dylan Barry. Barry chases towards the boundary line. Big Kyphon Turner comes in and gets it. And Turner kicks back towards the half-back flank for Darren Abbott. Oh, he's got a few to beat. Troyston Corbett picks up for the Double Blues. He's normally steady. Oh, it was a bullet-like pass onto the chest of Ross, who couldn't hold on to it. Ross tries to break the tackle. Handball back towards the 50. Little soccer off the ground by Renfrey. Back to Ross. Mark not paid. Maybe didn't go 15. Stuck through a couple of tackles he did. And now Dustin Oliver gets away for South as Renfrey goes to ground and Turner marks at half-back.
Turner goes to Turner. He's got Armstrong to beat. Armstrong gets a spoil in there. Nandy's in there. Nandy gathers the footy. Half forward. Kicks it long. Bannister's underneath it. So is Jarrah. Jarrah's sitting at the back. Well done there by Woods. Tyson Woods dribbles it off the ground. Tough line.
I think that one needed to go through for South for him to be able to mount a challenge here. Still too far back if you ask me. Rovers 15,999. The Roos are 10-7-67 or 10-8-68.
It's probably a bit beyond them now.
Double bruise, bring it back into play, coming grandstand side. Best on ground for mine, this bloke, Gareth Renfrey. Just racked up the possessions all evening.
Yeah, no, even
Steady
when it was
as
tough,
they come.
It was tough, he was in it.
Short pass to Troyston Corbett. The longer the game's got, the better he's got as well.
Yeah, confidence is growing on the young man.
Oh, his pass is pinpoint.
Caleb
Absolutely
Smith.
perfect. Caleb Smith will mark on the wing and send the double blues forward again. He does so with a short pass to Glover, who marks just inside the boundary line.
Yeah, and I think some of the South players now starting to sort of follow. Ball goes up.
Oh.
Good effort there by Ross. Well done there by Dusty Briscoe. Chips it along. And Mikey Turner, too, has been fantastic for the
good game.
He has had one of those big ones. He drives the ball, but Renfrey, Stan called it earlier on, Renfrey's had a blinder today too. Kicks it across to the nail gun. What can the nail gun do? Chips it over, finds Benny Wade. There's nothing in that one. Benny Wade probably kicked from about 49 metres out.
Not far behind Renfrey in best player considerations either.
Yeah, he was on fire earlier on, Benny Wade.
Has kicked 1 goal. 2, that would boost his claims for an Everyman medal. A couple of goals to go with all the possessions he's had. The clock ticks down, the double blues look like they've got this one. Mighty kick from a little bloke. That is, oh, great kick, he's hit the post. Gee, I didn't know he had that distance in the legs. 15-10, they brought up the 100 Rovers, south of 10-7-67, Bachelor Institute scoreboard.
Briscoe kicks it out, he's looking for Briscoe. Jordan Armstrong comes in and spoils. Briscoe's been, that's Sheldon Briscoe's been really good tonight. Him and Turner. Laporta and Stafford do the rucking. Stafford gets front position, taps it out. Now Smith gets it. Corbett's got a little bit of time, caresses the footy. He's got Glover. And I reckon Glover will probably go back. Oh no, he's calling him out to lead. There he goes. Goes long. He's got Lockyer. Lockyer drops it. Well done there by Dusty Briscoe gives it along to Dan Myers. Myers relieves for the South Club.
Michael Tillmouth Turner up high on the flank, couldn't mark it. Jordan Armstrong got the crumbs. His kick partly smothered. Corbett goes in, taps a little bit further forward for the double blues. Sheldon Briscoe in over the top of it, taking the ground. The ball spills out, a sock off the ground by Kiefer Turner towards Darren Abbott. Abbott had pressure applied to him from Glover. The ball squirts towards centre half forward for Rovers. Baden Nowkin, long handball backwards to Farrows. Farrows handballs over to Jack Saundry, wrapped up in the tackle. Presence of mind to get the handball back towards Farrows though. He taps it out towards the boundary on the Todd River side, where Bradley Turner beats him in the race for the footy and handballs off to Desmond Nandy.
Yeah, Nandy's got a little bit of time. Goes the old Torpy. Straight to Dylan Ellis. Dylan Ellis now turns, goes to Gorry. Bannister, beautiful spoil from behind. Good work there by Gorry. Gorry, though, recovers really well. There's a race on again between Bannister and Gorry. Those two have been going at it all day. Ball there, spills at the back to Doyle.
And the other third one that was back there on that last line was Todd. Those three all day, Bannister, Todd and Doyle. The kick out to Glover, marks on the defensive 50. He goes wider still. Gareth Renfrey, another possession. Slows it down.
Yeah, this
experienced player. The Double Blues have got this one now. 2 minutes left. The lead, 33 points. No coming back from there for South. Kicking in the middle. Kiefer Turner continuing to play good, strong, hard footy. Knocks it towards centre half forward. He might pick it up inside the 50 if he's lucky. Unfortunately for him, Doyle gets it. A little handball out towards Jack Saundry. From inside the defensive 50, he clears for the Double Blues. Back to Renfrey.
Yeah, Renfrey will just slow it down again. Probably needs some more movement from the half forwards just to clear it from that area. South is zoning back really well. Ball goes long to Lockyer. Dusty Briscoe. Oh, good work by Lockyer. He's got a bit of time and space. Kicks it over to Smith now. Smith's got time. He could run it in if he wants. He has a bounce. Chips it over the top. He's looking for Barry. Barry spills it. Ball goes at the back. Good work by Oliver. Oliver now gathers, kicks it, trying to find Myers, but the ball will go out the back. Cameron Glover ships it over the Nowgan. Nowgan in front of the scoreboard on an angle. He'll kick from about 40 metres out.
Yeah, he's got Dylan Barry all by himself in the forward pocket. They can pick and choose now. You can hear the supporters singing in the grandstand. Celebrations coming up for Rovers. 3 premierships in a row for the first time in the club's long history.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never done it before. They've been in the competition since it began 1947. Baden, the nail gun, Nowkin nails another one for the Double Blues. Let the celebrations begin. Rovers 16-10, 106. South 10-7, 67.
Yeah, what an effort by the Rovers Football Club today. Big effort. They've worked really hard. South been fantastic all year. Minor premiers. Good game of footy.
There it is. The siren goes and Rovers can celebrate a 3rd straight premiership in the CAFL Premier League. Margin pretty substantial in the end, 39 points, 16-10, 106 to South, 10-7, 67. You got the coach the first 2, Sean. Damien Hall makes it 3 in a row for the Double Blues.
Yeah, look, what can you say? Look, fantastic effort by the Rovers Footy Club. Even with the transition of coaches, you know, you want to leave something when you leave a club, and you don't want to leave them in the lurch, or you know, you don't want players moving to different clubs when you leave. You look, and they've done fantastically well to do what they've done today. And Damien Hall, well done on what you've achieved.
It might be their 3rd in a row, but there'll probably only be about half the side remaining from last year's premiership team out there.
Yeah, well, there's a few missing. You know, I could see Caleb Hart out there at the moment. He didn't play this year. It's a funny thing, Central Australian footy, though, Stan. The 2nd year after we won the first premiership, there was 11 changes from the first year. So there's no different state. But I think the difference between today, though, from the last 2 years, is the juniors that have come through. So Caleb Smith,
Jack
Sandry, Benny Wade, they're all Rovers young fellas. You know, they've come through the junior grades and they've filled spots within their league side today. So when you look at that, the development of the club and where they're heading, it's in the right space.
And heartbreak for South, 2 grand final losses in a row, and they've sort of done it under different circumstances too. They would have went into last year's grand final as the underdogs. They probably started this final series as the favourites, coming into the final series having only lost 1 minor round game, but be devastating to have lost a 2nd grand final in a row.
Yeah, look, for South, look, you know, what a terrific effort. Like, you know, they've made some real inroads this year. They've backed up a grand final. Their juniors are in the grand final in the under-18s. Look, they've just got to keep it together. It takes time to really build something so special, and it takes time for that to happen. So they just got to get back. You don't play footy to just win premierships. You play because you love the footy club, you love being around the people that are with you, and you've got a family connection to it. So you've just got to keep backing it up, coming back next year, do the hard work in the pre-season, and look, go for it.
39-point margin in the end to Rovers. They jumped out of the blocks. They had the better of the first term, leading by 14 points at the first change. South the better of the second term. They narrowed it back to just 4 points at the main break. Premiership quarter, they call it, the third, and that's when Rovers made their move. They kicked 5 goals to 2 in that term to get the margin out to 22 points at the final break, and really sealed it with 3 quick goals at the start of the final term. There was no coming back from there for South.
Yeah, that's it. Look, with the experience the Rovers Football Club have, the players that they had out in the field today, we were speaking about Gareth Renfrey, Dylan Barry, Nigel Lockyer, those three defenders, they've played a hell of a lot of footy too. Doyle, Bannister,
Todd.
And Todd. So, look, it was hard for the Roos today to come back and mount and come back. But look, you take steps. You take small steps every year, and eventually they'll get one.
Let's have a look at the goal kickers. We'll start for the winners, Rovers. Kelvin Ross kicked 4. Little live wire, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third term. 3 goals to Dylan Barry and 3 also to Nigel Lockyer Jr. 2 goals to Sam Laporta and 1 each for Cameron Glover, Ben Wade, Baden Nowkin and Troyston Corbett. For South, 4 goals to Thomas Gorey. Their other multiple goal kicker was Michael Tillmouth-Turner, probably their best player. I thought, a lion-hearted effort in the ruck and up forward. 1 goal each to Dylan Ellis, Desmond Nandy, Liam Jarrah and Daniel Stafford. Some of the better players, Sean, look, I made my call in that final team. I thought Gareth Renfrey probably best on ground. I would hazard a guess that he had more disposals than anyone else out there. Also through the midfield, Ben Wade was very good too. We can all hear. Dylan Barry got himself into the game, hard worker, always dangerous around goals as well. Nigel Lockyer had a little bit of a purple patch early on in the match. We thought he was going to absolutely tear it apart.
Yeah, look like those, they're just creating, something really special at the Rovers Football Club with those players. They've stuck with the club for a long period of time. And like I said to you, Stan, looks like Calvin Ross and, Jordan Armstrong's. These blokes, Jordan plays for the Western Arundel Footy Club and, Calvin Ross, Calvin Ross is with the Plenty Highway Footy Club. How fantastic for those two communities to have those two players out here playing in the top level competition in Alice Springs. There's some people behind the backgrounds too. Like both presidents, they'd be really proud today. I mean, hope Emma would be really proud of her club in South, and Rob would be really proud of the Rovers Football Club. The work behind the scenes is so important, look, they've done some fantastic things within those two clubs, and some special players in both sides.
We'd be remiss not to mention the lion-hearted effort of Travis King, who did the bulk of the ruck work today. Jack Sandry, probably another one that deserves a mention. Baden Nowkin, some classy touches as we expect. A little cameo too from Troyston Corbett. Kurt Abbott bobbed up, did some good things.
Yeah, and look, they're always looking at development too. Troyston Corbett played his first grand final with Rovers. I think he was only 16 years old. Now we've got young Nathan Dixon out there. He's only 15.
That's some of Rovers' better players there, the winners today. We're going to take a short break. Stay with us on ICTV. Plenty of celebrations for Rovers coming up.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive real careful. Slow down in the rain, when it's dusty, or if there's animals on the road. Drive too fast and you can lose control. So slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
Kids need help to stop trachoma. The eye disease can cause pain, sickness and even blindness. It's spread by mucky eyes and snot on the face. Luckily, it's easy to stop. By helping kids to blow their nose, wash their hands and clean their face, you'll be helping to stop eye disease spreading and keep their eyes healthy and strong. And by teaching kids to get rid of mucky eyes and snotty noses, you'll be playing your part to stop trachoma. Remember,
trachoma is everybody's business.
Clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting
What for?
for big water leak. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water is more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen, you can hear the sound.
Go and hunt for leak and save the precious water in your community. We finally get you to the leak. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
Alap kalian po bush tucker. May bakanan po links too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
You're watching ICTV showing our way.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
Telecast of this game is proudly supported by Batchelor Institute. Enrolments for all courses in 2020 are opening soon. Batchelor Institute, supporting your football and your education.
Gareth Renfrey. You've just heard it on ICTV, Gareth Renfrey's name. He's been announced by Simon Hargraves as the Everingham medalist, best on ground.
Yeah, what a game.
Thoroughly deserved winner, a veteran of the Rovers Football Club. One of the nice guys of Central Australian footy. Deserves a bit of silverware like
CEO
that.
Stu Totham will now present the Premiership medallions. If I can please ask the coach of Rovers Football Club, Damien Hall, to come up and announce his Premiership side.
So the man who took over the coaching duties from Sean Cusack, Damien Hall, about to get up and call out the players. Once he starts doing that, we'll keep our mouths closed and listen to the names of the Premiership players from the coach's lips.
Hawley's first Premiership as well as a coach.
It's great to see all the South crew staying out there.
Calvin Ross.
Yeah.
Here goes Damien. First one up, Calvin Ross.
Calvin Ross, up you come.
Kicked 4 goals.
Yeah, had a really good game. Just dangerous.
Dylan Barry.
Dangerous player.
Another dangerous player, 3 goals this evening, Dylan Barry. He's won the Everingham medal in the past.
Yeah, he's one of their champion players.
Biden the nail gun Nelkin.
Oh, that nickname has stuck, hasn't it? They're even saying it down there for his medal presentation.
Jake Clark.
Another stalwart for the Double Blues. He's worked his way into A-grade football after
Peter
being
Nash.
a regular reserves player. Peter Nash, popular.
Yeah, Peter Nash. Been a
Jack
pioneer,
Sandry.
Westies player and a Rovers Footy Club player.
Young fella, great game today. Jack Sandry with a #1 jumper.
Troyston Corbett.
TC from TC.
Troyston.
2 premierships last
Caleb
year
Smith.
and 1 this year. Solid effort when he came onto the ground.
Travis King.
And it was a lion-hearted effort from King today, the
Big
Lion
effort.
King.
Back into the ruck.
Nathan
Yeah,
Dixon.
oh boy.
Here's young Tiger from Tennant Creek to get a grand final for the Spitfires next week.
Paddy Doyle.
This bloke, you have a look at him, and that's not the perfect picture of a footballer when you look at his physique, but he battled away.
Nigel Lockyer Jr.
Now, this bloke has got the physique you want.
Yeah, he could get drafted at the end of this year.
That's the body I want when I grow up, Sean. You want an athlete.
Matthew Bannister.
One of the trio down in defence, along with Doyle and Todd, who just scrapped hard all evening.
Yeah, he had a tough job on Gorrie.
Lockie Todd.
There's the other one. They named the river after him.
Sam Laporta.
Target up forward, kick 2.
Yeah, he did, and played in the ruck as well.
Cameron Glover.
Gee, solid game from Cameron Glover too, another who's won the Everingham medal before.
Yeah, last year's winner. Yeah,
solid
played
and
a
steady.
solid game.
Benny Wade.
He was terrific. Probably only Gareth Remfrey in front of him as far as best player considerations go, I think.
Jordan Armstrong.
Flashed in and out of the game. That's what you get from Jordan.
Yep.
Aaron Morton.
Aaron Morton.
Yeah, he's done a really good job.
Coached brilliantly in under-13s at the Larapinta line, Sean. By me.
Kurt Abbott.
Kurt Abbott, the man from Tea Tree.
Great bloke. They love him at Urara College.
Co-captain Luke Farrows.
He's a veteran of the Double Blues, a former Minahan medalist.
This is
Co-captain.
his 4th premiership with the Rovers Footy Club.
Amazing
and
stuff.
another co-captain, Gareth Remfrey.
There he is, Everingham medalist, gets up to get his premiership medallion. You can see a champ from the past down there clapping on too, John Winderling, singer.
Assistant coach, Tommy Clark.
Tommy Clark, been around the club for years.
And he's out with injury as well this year, so he'll be back next year.
So South have honoured the Double Blues by staying out there. Now the disappointed
Tom's
group
father,
moving
Rob
off.
Clark.
Here comes the president, Rob Clark. The driving force behind this football club for the last decade. Stuart Totham out there presenting the medallions, the general manager of AFL NT up in Darwin, and now Damien Hall gets the medal around his neck, the coach. Now the presentation of the Premiership Cup, they're all ready for it on the dais, the Double Blues. 3 in a row for Rovers. First time in the club's long and illustrious history. They were there when Central Australian footy began with just 3 clubs back in 1947. Rovers, Federal and Pioneer. Here's the song. Song or just a chant. Great scenes of jubilation on your ICTV screens as Rovers celebrate. 39-point victory over South, 16-10, 106 to 10-7, 67. They're the only other club celebrating today besides the Pioneer Football Club, Sean, because they cleaned up in all the grades that were played earlier today. A 42-point win in under 15s, 44 in under 18s, 7 points over South in reserves, and they won the women's grand final by 20 points. Pioneer cleaning up in all of those, but Rovers get the one that matters.
Yeah, look, terrific effort by the Rovers Footy Club. Commiserations to the South Footy Club. Good game of footy, and you know, there only can be one winner, and it was Rovers today.
Gareth Remfrey capping off his magnificent career in Central Australian footy with an Everingham medal. Probably a man unlucky not to have a Minahan medal alongside his name after his consistent efforts over the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But a deserved winner of the Everingham medal. As we see some of the Rovers players heading over towards the scoreboard, they're going to get that customary photo that everyone does these days. Team shot in front of the final score.
With the scoreboard. Proof, I guess.
Oh, great memento. And it's been a fantastic season of footy. We've seen it on ICTV. We've seen Bush Grand Finals, Town Grand Finals now. And there's been some thrilling finishes. We might have some action down on the ground with Andy Hood talking to Damien Hall.
Hi guys, we've got the Premiership, the 2019 Premiership coach, Damien Hall, and we've got a fan there as well. Damien, great result today, obviously. This is the third in a row. I know just this year, it's your first year, but you must be really pleased with your first year at the Rovers Football Club.
Yeah, obviously really pleased. I think there's about 12 guys that played last year, so that's probably the most pleasing thing, is that we've introduced 8 or so guys that weren't there last year, so yeah.
Really pleasing. I know you've been big on the juniors this year. Nathan Dixon, Jack Sandry, those 2 guys, Torsten Corbett from Tennant Creek as well. You're really pleased. I thought those guys were good today. A good mix with the experienced guys, but the juniors did well today, I thought.
Yeah, yep. All 3 of them were fantastic. Troyston and Nathan coming down from Tennant Creek, so huge effort for them fellas. And Jack Sandry's just been getting better and better every week. And yeah, we can't believe Troyston's still 18, can play under 18s. He's a 3-time premiership player in 2 years. Yeah,
So a couple of weeks ago, you won the game, got into the grand final against South. Today, what were you expecting, and what anything different today to get the win, or at half time as well? What did you say?
Well, yeah, I think obviously our second quarter wasn't great. So they came right back at us. So yeah, we had to dig deep at half time. We had to get back. We just went away from what we'd been doing well, I thought. So obviously we got back to it and finished the game off well, and yeah, couldn't be happier.
Congratulations, Damien. Enjoy the night, enjoy the weekend. I know what happens when you have a grand final. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
A big thank you to Andy Hood down there on the ground, and Damien Hall, the Rovers coach. Andy Hood's still there, and we might have the Everingham medalist from a couple of years ago to talk to, Dylan Barry.
Dylan Barry, this is 3 in a row, so I don't think I've seen that in my time here, and surely you probably haven't in your time. But when you get 2 in a row, that's pretty special, but 3 is that's amazing. And what does it mean to you and the football club to win 3 in a row?
At the moment, I'm pretty speechless, but you know, it's a lot of hard work, a commitment for 3 years. You know, we've had players come in, players come out, but we've all stuck together as a group. You know, there's injuries throughout the year. There's injuries each year. Yeah, we've bounced back, and to get 3 in a row, I'm pretty overwhelmed with it.
Yeah, it's a great result. And the one thing that I think with the Rovers Football Club is if you look back at the first win, the players that's not in the side today, I think Damien, the coach, said there was 12 from last year in today's grand final win. Really pleasing for a footy club to not lose those players. They go in and do good things, but to have those new mix of players today is fantastic. What's the club like with the culture? Is that something that's really special in the club and something you've really worked hard on?
Yeah, I think the culture of the club is awesome, and it started with Shawnee Cusack. You know, he got us back to back, and really just bringing us together as one group. And it wasn't just, you know, us A graders. It was from the junior level right through for the females and our senior footballers. And really just building that connection where we fought as one of us a family. And yeah, you know, it shows today results like this when you stick together. I'm speechless. It's bloody awesome. It's good.
I'll let you go so you can go and join your teammates. But congratulations, Dylan, on another great result, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
No, thank you. Go Rovers. 3-peat.
Thanks.
Big thank you to Andy Hood and Dylan Barry. Said a lot for a bloke who was speechless. And Damien Hall, can't tell if he's excited or not, Sean. He's a pretty laid-back customer.
He's a laid-back lad, and look pretty, I think he's pretty stoked. Really happy.
Well, the final score of Rovers, 16-10, 106, defeating South 10-7, 67. They've taken out the premiership, and that brings us to the end of our 2019 AFL Central Australia football coverage on ICTV. Been fantastic to be able to be a part of it. Fantastic that it's happening at all. It's the first serious effort of televising Central Australian footy in Central Australian footy history. We've had a few irregular grand finals in the past, but the coverage has been fantastic. Let's hope it continues. Also been great to see the unearthing of some Indigenous commentary talent too. Sean, you taking the step from special comments into co-commentary. It's been fantastic. And Travis Kenny with some of his sideline interviews earlier in the coverage as well. Also great to see that happening. So a big thank you to the entire ICTV crew. We'll sign off from Traeger Park for 2019.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive real careful. Slow down in the rain, when it's dusty, or if there's animals on the road. Drive too fast and you can lose control. So slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
Kids need help to stop trachoma. The eye disease can cause pain, sickness and even blindness. It's spread by mucky eyes and snot on the face. Luckily, it's easy to stop. By helping kids to blow their nose, wash their hands and clean their face, you'll be helping to stop eye disease spreading and keep their eyes healthy and strong. And by teaching kids to get rid of mucky eyes and snotty noses, you'll be playing your part to stop trachoma. Remember,
Trachoma is everybody's business.
clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting
What for?
for big water leak. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water, it's more precious than